All right, guys. Last time in our low stakes denouement section, which we have decided to make 2 sessions, for funsies because we were having such a good time with it. Let's see. Zoe had a fun conversation with Susan, and then she met a nice lady named Vanessa, who she's going to a lunch hang out with.
It's a lunch date. Doesn't have to be romantic to be a lunch date.
Heiko offered Julie emotional reassurance, and Julie is somewhat upsettingly pretty okay with having committed murder in self-defense.
She unalived someone.
No,
Yeah.
she didn't.
Celia and the Undines caused a power outage. Help me out. What other shit happened? The entrepreneur's bullies got dealt with. That's a thing that happened. Isaac was doing some stuff. Oh, and Phineas.
Yeah, also is teaching Benedict a trick.
Yeah, Benedict's learning a trick from Phineas of how to hide himself and look like a person. Hal went to Yardrat and learned how to teleport. I've got to be forgetting something. Suki, you went to the museum and had a fun day out. And really, that's what that session was all about.
Suki went to the museum, got to see Candy Steve. No one tried to kill her. It was a great session.
So my list of dangling plot threads here.
Hanging out with Duchess Scissor Jaws. Let's
see. There's the little lunch platonic date. Isaac wants to talk to Suki, Mallory, and Oren, and also Simon is there. Meet up at Thimble with Miranda, Esper, and Tamlin. And yeah. Oh, and Isaac, you found out that Spindle has nefarious plans for you.
Yep.
Okay, I think I got everything. What do we wanna chase, gang?
I guess I should ask, who has the data drives from Ogilvy?
All right, that was either Hal or Suki, right?
I thought we said. Wouldn't it be maybe Kaiko?
Was it
I could have sworn it was Kaiko because she's the computer one.
It's been a couple. It's been more than a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because those were intended for Oren at some point.
Mm-hmm.
If they were intended for Oren, Kaiko would have already passed it along.
Alright.
If we're trying to figure out where to start, what's Vanessa like?
What is Vanessa like? Well, she is very animated when she talks, first of all. Lots of, like, very big expressions. She has large eyes, and a very pliable face. And she uses her hands a lot while she's talking. There's a lot of energy there. She's in her, did I say 29 or 39?
29.
29, yeah. Yeah.
She's definitely younger than Isaac.
But she looks she looks older. Like she's very, she's young and pretty. But she's got a good number of wrinkles around the eyes and the mouth.
Isn't she dressed up like a stereotypical housewife?
Yeah, her hair is in like a 50s style, like cute bob. Think like Kumi Mizuno and Monster Zero. And she's got like a super prim and proper conservative, almost 1950s, 1960s retro chic dress as she's walking.
Okay.
And neither of these look really natural on her. Almost like a made up doll.
Oh God. Ugh.
When she talks, she's got a lot of energy and a lot of passion and enthusiasm about everything she talks about. Even if it's minor and little. But you also get that there's a lot being masked. That she is a person, perhaps even before she met Frank, who is used to kind of hiding what's going on in the back of her head.
Aww. So he does not show her discomfort with the direct threat she received. She very much engages in this conversation.
Let me finish eating this cookie, and I'll think of what she says, hopefully.
Okay.
Alright, so, like, I know it's a very famous book and all, but, like, when Mr. Darcy proposed, I was so shocked, I almost dropped the book. And, like, he was really just, he said, like, the worst possible things he could, but, like, at the same time, it was kind of sweet.
Because he was being genuine.
Yeah.
He was fucking up, but he was fucking up with his heart.
And, like, it's the whatever is before the Victorian era, there's class things are like a thing. I remember that from high school.
What were?
Like the different classes, like, if you're in the aristocracy, you really do have to think about how other people view you, because like that kind of thing can like completely ruin your entire station in life. And like that, there's huge consequences for that. I can understand why he had some concerns, but like Lizzie is such a smartass. I love her.
It's a good thing, it's a good thing things aren't quite like that anymore. I mean, like, I know there's a lot that we're still, dealing with, but, it could be worse.
Yeah, upward mobility is easier in some ways.
Like, he was like, eh.
I mean, rich people don't, lose their money when they marry someone who's poor.
Yeah. Like DC. So that, how do you read that? Do you read? TT, I'm sorry. What's that book called? Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice, yeah.
Yeah. Do you read Pride and Prejudice? Pride and Prejudice often?
No, this is the I just found it in the Frank's got this study, and there's all these old books that are supposed to just be there for show, but when he's at work, which is most of the time, really, I sneak some of them off and I read them.
Was that him who saw driving out when I came to try and find you and make sure you're okay?
Yeah, he came to check in on me because I called a while ago when the power went out to try and alert him that our generator was working but low.
Well, I'm glad he came to check on you.
Yeah, he's considerate that way.
How much putting a mask on did she do when she said that?
60%.
Okay.
Like, you get the sense that, like, she's not hiding from you anything that Frank did when he came home. He came in to check on her because he got her message that the power went out, and that the generator was on but was running out, and that some things weren't connected. And nothing else happened. Like, everything that
she's being honest, but there's also like doesn't seem like it was as benevolent as she's trying to make it out to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's like,
Or rather, that she's trying to reassure herself that is who Frank is.
Gotcha.
And ignoring the fact that it took him I don't know how much time in real life time has passed between the blackout exactly, but longer than it should have to respond to the fact that there was a blackout.
Makes a mental note to ask Celia later how long the power's been out.
I mean, it's been at least 45 minutes because that's how long you were waiting at the diner.
Yeah, but the power was out way before that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a book I like to read, it's I found it a couple years back when I was, in need for some media that appealed to me, and it really hit the spot. And I've reread it a couple times. You know what? Next time we meet up, I'll have to bring it to you and lend it to you.
Yeah, what book is that?
It's called Dreadnought. It's a superhero book, which that's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's really good.
She does that smile that a person makes when they briefly had a moment of oh no, but then oh shit, I shouldn't make them, I shouldn't be rude.
Yeah.
She's like
that's not everyone.
I don't normally read science fiction fantasy stuff, but I'll give it a shot.
Hey, I don't read a ton. I mean, I read a bit more when I was younger, but not as much anymore. But that book, I found that when I was in a time in my life where I really needed it. So it means a lot to me.
Well, then I'll be happy to read it.
What?
Well, then I'll be happy to read it.
Louis, give genuine big smile. I'll have to bring it next time we grab lunch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I had to. I got a copy on my phone too, but I had to do this thing to hide it from my folks. We see. You can get this calculator app on your phone. Zoe pulls out her phone, and starts showing her this app on the oh no, look at this. It's Gray. Gray's back.
I pressed the wrong button.
Oh dear. This it looks like our calculator, but if you put in just the right series of numbers, it essentially acts like a second lock screen. So you can put stuff behind it that isn't seen on the initial layer of your phone.
She again smiles uncomfortably and sort of scratches the back of her head. She's like, I haven't had a cell phone in 2 years. I don't really use them anymore.
Do you not like them, or just haven't really been able to get a new one yet? I know how time can get away from people.
Well, it's a needless expense, so I don't really have one.
Phones in this day and age, they're real. Do you have $30 a month?
It's almost
Well,
like somebody's trying to cut her off from outside.
I know. I know.
Zoe.
Zoe knows.
It's fine, you know. I don't really get out that much, so I'm always by the phone at home. So, you know, I'm supposed to always be by the phone at home, so it's fine.
Oh Christ!
Cell phones these days are for so much more than just calling. Like, I could Google right now. Whatever I wanted. And it's not like something you need every moment of the day. You don't need to be on it every single second. But
well, yeah, but there's like propaganda on websites, and the people getting
there's propaganda in real life.
Yeah.
Like you need to approach things with an open mind and just be cautiously skeptic of certain things, sure, but cutting yourself off from everything is also not great.
Well, I'm not cut off. I hear a lot about what's going on, in the outside world and everything, so it's fine.
You hear about what's going on in the outside world?
Yeah, the nights Frank comes home, we talk about the news and what's going on in the town. There was like a riot in the park like a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, guns out, Jesus.
She stares at you blankly. What?
It was a statue. It was a statue of Jesus with like guns and abs.
Oh, the shooter went after people because of a Jesus statue?
It was something related to that.
I heard there was like a big anti-Christian group in town.
No, like between you and me, a lot of the Christians are the ones who started a lot of that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not religious, so.
Me neither. God, though. No pun intended.
Yeah,
but
Frank says that there are no gods except the ones we make.
Fuck. I mean, if you ask me, everyone is their own, not in like the deific sense, but you are you gotta treat yourself well, and
Yeah.
The one thing I agree with with some of that stuff is like, your body's your temple or whatever, however that goes. You gotta take care of yourself. Something's not good for you. You gotta recognize it and, adjust.
She smiles,
even if it's
and is
hard.
like, oh, man, it's like when I was in LA.
Things go, well in LA? No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I moved there at 17, and I spent so many years waiting tables.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Really thought I was gonna make it big.
Hey, it's never too late,
Well, it's fine,
No, I'm serious. Like,
I
know
got
you
a
were,
job with a catering company, and then I met Frank, and now I'm where I'm supposed to be.
I mean, okay, but like, do you still want to do stuff? Like, being a mom is great, being a wife is great if that's what you're about. But like, that doesn't need to be all you are.
Well,
You're a person. People have many layers.
I have talked
can
to
be-
Frank about how I could maybe try out for some of the community theater productions, but he told me that they're very poor, and it would be a humiliating thing to have his wife involved in something.
Okay, but do you
so
want to do it?
lowbrow.
No. Do you want to do it?
It would be fun to act again.
Then,
But
then- I know, then-
there
listen,
are important things. We have dinners that we have to
These-
fly out and attend.
Okay, but that's not taking up all your time. If something, if if me, a fucking, to pardon my language, I'm terrible. If I can, if I was able to schedule working 2 jobs at the same time while also living in the park, I think that you, a grown woman with a husband who also is, supposed to take care of at least half of the stuff, should be able to figure out how to like schedule some like times to go out and like go and act.
He's very busy. He's
I-
not one of
I'm
those
not-
CEOs who sits, who sits in the office for 2 hours a day and collects a paycheck. He's
I'm
working
not
on some
doubting you.
very important things, and I mean, I'm already worried that Chutney isn't. I mean, someone's got to be there for him. I think he's smoking.
Oh shit! Oh god! Shit, guys. Well, you can do those
He's-
things and find
So-
time for yourself.
He's only
Vanessa.
12. Like,
God.
he's-
Vanessa, you can't carry all of the world's burdens on yourself. All you're going to do is break your spine.
she nods and she thinks about that. She looks at you. She's like, "So, do you said that your parents aren't in the picture anymore, right?"
No, they are not. I have not seen them in about a year, maybe a little more. Like, I know they still live in town. Well, I'm pretty sure they still live in town. I haven't.
The people
Go on,
you're
check. It's
staying with,
Yeah.
are they well off? Do they?
Not, like middle class-ish, I guess. Maybe at best upper middle class, but
Do they
like
have a fund for say college?
like for me.
And she reaches into her very tasteful purse and she brings up some paperwork that she's prepared. She says, one of the things that that Frank lets me do is I help organize some of the charities that his company is involved with. And there's actually a scholarship program. If you don't have a college fund, you could
Whose
get
eyes are
a full ride, 4 years, at a nearby university. And normally it's very competitive, but I think I can get the CEO to sign off on it. And if that's the case, like, you're a shoo-in.
Zoe's eyes are just getting progressively wider as she's saying this. What?
Meanwhile, who else has some shit to do?
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad for accidentally taking away Benedict from the game last time, so I'd finish up that trick.
Yeah.
They were still at Hal's place, right?
I believe so.
I was hanging at the Westfield house, Paco's.
Although I
okay.
imagine.
Oh, right, that's right. Phineas.
I
did meet
imagine
Rufus.
Phineas was going to take you somewhere to go learn the power, though.
Right. The tie is on the doorknob, so to speak. But that's right. Phineas did go over there because I remember he did talk with Rufus. So yeah, I guess they would have gone off into the woods.
Or near the beach, or whatever.
Yeah. And Phineas goes, all right, well, listen. He, rubs his hands together and slicks back his hair, and it's like, as his hand passes by where his horns would be, they phase out. And his legs are once again looking like normal human legs, tighter jeans, typical punk attire. Goes, all right, you try. And whatever Benedict's magic works.
Yeah, this sounds like a use magic roll.
Wait, dang it, I'm accidentally going into DM mode again. Sorry, TT.
No, you're fine. This is a denouement session. This is as informal as we get.
Shall I roll the use magic?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Do it, motherfucker.
So that is a flat 10.
Ooh,
Magic
perfect.
works without issues.
Nice.
Up until this point, I assume Phineas has been educating him on the how-to of it. Or is it more of a you just gotta try it in order to figure it out?
It's kind of that. It's just Phineas has been doing this for so long, he hasn't really had to teach many, or doesn't really remember last time he had to teach them in this. So he might not be the best teacher, but yeah, it really is kind of just like whatever works for you and your source of magic, I would guess.
Yeah. Well, in that case, the music box within Benedict's chest begins to kind of gear up in volume as it starts to work a little harder on the magic that animates him, and drawing from that. So he does he mirrors Phineas's gesture with the waving of the hand, even if necessarily that's not part of it. And his form begins to blur and shift, kind of like a heat mirage setting in. And standing in Benedict the
If you wanted to reveal this in front of other people, we could say that and just say it works for now.
We'll do that. I'll save it for a punch.
Nice.
Yeah, but it works, and he's like looking at his now human-appearing hands, and he's just remarkable.
Okay, so apparently I can teach him. Good. And honestly, Benedict, you pulled that off great. You look maybe a little time displaced, but that fits for you, you know?
I think I look perfectly, well, maybe not with the times, like you said, but perfectly respectable.
Oh, yes.
So, does this have, like, a time limit? Like, what are the limitations of this? You've already told me that it's only an illusion.
TT, I kind of figured it was, like, indefinite for Phineas, but kind of... I don't know, I didn't really think that much into it, I guess.
I feel like making it indefinite is going to open up story potential for me as the DM of not having to worry about people noticing Benedict's a robot.
Yeah.
So I say indefinite it is.
Phineas would be like, yeah, as long as, you don't get too, like, overwhelmed with something, you should be able to keep up keep it up. Sometimes it slipped when I was in a mosh pit, but, flailing limbs, throwing elbows, kind of got lost in the moment.
And I did kind of figure, I remember something vague within your arc about Phineas was getting tired from casting it all the time.
He was also doing he was doing the glamour for everyone.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, in that case,
it's just himself.
Could be indefinite so long as he, so long as the mask doesn't break. It's like, yeah, he is just
really checking himself out, like just. This is very odd for him, but also it's very exciting.
And he like walks up and like he like taps you on the shoulder, and there's that clunk. And he's like, "Now remember, you are metal, so like I said, someone tries to slap you or give you a hug, they'll figure it out."
Mm-hmm. Did we say decided on they went to the beach? Because in that
Sure.
case, he will walk over to the water's edge and look at his reflection and just, even though like you said, he's still metal underneath. Like his hands are on his face. It's like, how very peculiar.
I know, it's so weird being human, ain't it? I don't know how they stand it.
It's like, I'm not used to having eyes that can rotate in the socket. And a nose. And wrinkles. I do look a little old, don't I?
I mean,
What
it matches,
does
it
human
matches you.
Benedict look like exactly?
Saving that for a punch for when they meet up with the group.
You'll find out soon.
Okay, good,
And-
because my imagination's running wild.
Yeah.
Phineas,
So,
he looks proud, and he just pats you on the back. He's like, "Well, I think you got that down.
thank
Wanna
you,
go
Phineas.
take a walk through town?"
It's like, wow, that sounds like a splendid idea. I would love to show this off to the others.
Yeah, kind of curious how they dealing after all. And he waves vaguely in the direction of Feather's Green. That.
Oh, this is jolly good.
Different, like, laughing now that you have a mouth to emote with, huh?
Oh, yes. And looking back at his reflection, and a tongue. Not sure how to feel about that.
So, I guess they'll go off walking into town until they run into someone.
Yes.
All right.
So, who else is doing things? Hal, you checked on Celia and the gang.
Julie's not a thing, Kaiko. Be nice.
Hi, Kat. I was in Isaac's car the last time we did it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I thought you went off somewhere.
No,
Oh, so I guess Isaac and Hal are still together.
we just.
All right,
we
you guys
left
are
him
in the
his
car. You guys are in the car. You're at the Dairy Queen, or whatever the hell we call it in this world. They've just handed you through the
Lactose
drive-through.
Come on.
They've just handed you through the drive-through, like an ice cream bowl that's like a solid 18 inches high. Here you go, Isaac. It's the special.
Thanks. As he
It's got
takes it
cotton candy bits and cookie dough chunks,
Somebody.
and only one finger.
and hands it over to Hal.
Hold on. I just want to confirm that I was in your car and not at Celia's, because my head is like not cooperating with thinking right now.
Drake, get out of there.
Drake.
I think I went and fixed the TV, and then I popped into Isaac's car for something.
I
Makes
believe
no
that is
sense to me.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
right, because they called for Hal's help.
I do believe the Melody Dairy Queen is King Creams.
Of course it is. I will take the ice cream and go, what the fuck did you order, Isaac?
I thought you ordered this.
No.
Now you both realize that you have Dairy Queen psychosis. A strange bit of temporary madness that makes you go to a Dairy Queen or whatever this universe's equivalent of it is.
King creams.
Better than my suggestion of Lactose King. But,
Yes?
yeah,
Can I help you?
Isaac just drives away from there. It's just like, okay, maybe we need to investigate that place sometime. Because, I mean, look at that thing. That's a monster.
Yeah, Hal's just kind of holding the ice cream away from himself with a suspicious look on his face. Like, do I want to eat this or not?
I mean, I was going to go to the museum if you wanted to come with. Maybe Candy Steve will eat it.
Worth
Yeah, you
a
might.
try.
Okay. So, Isaac drives to the museum. Sees Suki's motorcycle.
Yeah, anyway, I don't really think that it's better than the original, but it does have a reason to exist, you know? Suki, Simon has been talking to you about some nerd shit for what feels like 5 hours.
You mean a week?
I mean, Suki, for the most part, has been very enthusiastically nodding and doing the I have absolutely no idea what the hell you're talking about, but buddy, you need something like a friend. And I've got nothing else better to do today, so. And
I
she kind
guess
of
the... Oh, sorry, go.
and she's just kind of like, that's sometimes fair. Sometimes something completely separate deserves to be separate rather than just a rehash of the original. I know you can come in.
I guess the bell dings as first through the door is a giant tower of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
They got the madness. They got dairy fever.
They got dairy fever.
So
That is a
guess
lot of ice
Isaac
cream.
and Hal walk in.
Hi, Isaac. Why do you have ice cream?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
We went
Say
to
that in unison.
what was it, Kay? Sorry.
King creams.
We went to King Creams and they handed us ice cream that I don't remember ordering, so I'm not eating it.
Suddenly, a door from the museum exhibit hall opens, and a very short man, perhaps just shy of 4 feet tall, who's very stoutly built and incredibly hairy, emerges out, and without blinking an eye, walks up to Hal, takes the ice cream and says, "Thanks," and then heads out the door. He is wearing a tank top and cut-off shorts and sandals with socks.
He just stands there with his hands outstretched and goes, "Alright, that happened."
Do we look over this second? Do we know that? Know them?
I
Who's that?
don't remember him coming in today.
Yeah, I've been alone pretty much since I've been walking through the museum.
I'm not questioning that either.
Yeah, at least
I'm just leaving
Well,
that
the
one
best
alone.
idea for the ice cream was feeding it to Candy Steve.
He's having his own enrichment. He likes the gummy bears I got him.
Suki, the way you put emphasis on words is very concerning sometimes.
What can I say? He takes after me in more than one way.
See, that's what I mean. That right there.
Was that Danny DeVito?
Yes.
I'm like, I'm
Fan cast for that
processing
guy is Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Like it simultaneously that guy looks like the guy in the basement of Thimble Justin, not Thimble.
Yeah, that's why
Spindle.
Isaac was like doing a second take, like.
None of you have seen this man before, nor will you see him since.
Oh no. Cackle officially get a call that the trash man exhibit has been stolen again. I don't even remember having that exhibit.
It just appeared one day. But Isaac goes, well, okay, that's more mysteries mounting up.
Sometimes you just have to ignore a handful. You just got to make sure you're ignoring the right handful.
I think we can ignore that one safely.
Yeah. Especially, it's a good thing you're here, Suki. I was actually gonna need to talk to Oren and Mallory. Probably want to come with, actually, want to hear this.
Alright. She kind of like brushes up seriousness and she turns to Simon and goes, we'll chat later, I suppose. Business first. And she just kind of follows up to where she thinks Oren's office is. No one's ever told her where Oren's office is. She's never been in it.
Oren and Mallory.
They are, in fact, in.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. I asked Mallory how Steve was doing and whatnot, so I know she's in at least.
So, I guess first thing is, I was kind of wondering how things went. I haven't really talked to much of you since you all got back from Fuller's Green.
Hal visibly just kind of winces. Just kind of goes, it went okay, I suppose.
I really gotta stop opening up to people I'm about to kill. It's weird. I should stop that.
Like... I suppose, what kind of bad news would you like before the good news?
Mallory suddenly just leans in and is like, okay, what kind of xenopathogen did you encounter?
Magical star cult, I think?
Okay, what did the magical star do? How did it infect people? What were the symptoms?
They got put into a pot.
They turned into an undead thing with bone ossifications all over their body, including over their face. They didn't have any eyes.
There was also, I guess you could talk about it like a mimetic virus in the form of the towers and their song. And that was something.
Another hazardous song.
It's amazing how, frequencies can affect people. Let's see. So there was that. It made people go crazy. There was they literally called themselves a necromancer, and I'm not sure if that was just them taking words appropriate from humankind, or that dude was just like, I'm a necromancer, like he's from some tabletop role-playing game or something.
So you're saying there were zombies?
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil zombies, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Everyone's like, okay, Mallory, are you done geeking out? I can be. Okay, you said bad news. What happened to Ogilvy?
He went to space.
That wasn't the bad news. He actually seemed pretty happy about it. But yeah, he went to space.
Alright.
Zombies came from space. People came to clean up from space, offered it.
Oh,
Was given
okay,
encouragement.
Is he coming back?
No.
gonna try at some point, but you know how that goes.
They said
I
there
guess
was
out
a.
of character, Kaiko, or Kay, you said Kaiko would have gotten the data drives to Ori.
Yes.
I would have had a somewhat of an explanation.
Okay. Well, I'll probably take a couple of weeks to process that. But what is the bad news then?
Well, I'm gonna guess it involves Spindle, considering how buzzing the place was when I checked in this morning. Like someone kicked the anthill.
Easy.
Well,
Hal's like looking at Suki.
okay.
Going,
Fine, I'll
I
do it.
heard,
It's like I don't know
heard-
these people. I don't know these people like you do. So Spindle knew about all of these guys. Like I expected they had a file on me, and I'm a little more publicly known given my history with working with this nerd.
I did have mentioned you in my report, so yes, you were a known factor.
Yes, but they knew like how Zoe could transform, and the dude there knew how Zoe could transform into a monster, and that half the crew weren't people really anymore in the traditional human sense. And they were really, really trying hard to get us to join them. Like, I have all these business cards, she says, pulling them out, that I'm supposed to technically pass to you guys. So, she, like, holds one out, not expecting to take it. If you want it, I guess. I'm going to keep one of these, but that's for my plan.
And what was it?
Oh, it's a business card from one of your PR people who tried to, once again, actively recruit the party.
Those people are very persistent.
Orange
Shakes his head. Yeah, they love recruiting people.
Yeah. I'm going to use that against them, don't worry. And she just kind of puts the card back in her pocket.
they were more aggressive than they ever have been.
They were also, this was hey, you had a potential world-ending scenario with a force that would have consumed all biological matter on the planet to turn it into ossified war machines in the name of a Wormstar cult god thing. I've seen one or two of them around, but not like that. So I think they're on edge.
I'm regretting not going with you this time.
I mean,
To be
you
honest.
probably would have handled that situation a whole lot better, considering that Zoe nearly killed the guy. Oh, Zoe killed a man, by the way.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Again,
And-
Still processing that, but
Zoe.
Oren's name's like, oh god.
Hal is over there grimacing like.
look,
Looks to hell.
I know I
Zoe
shouldn't
would
have
be
probably.
so mad if she knew you were just telling people that.
Mallory looks at Oren and is like, did your kid's sidekick ever? No.
Yeah, look at Hal. Did your mom ever kill?
I mean, not while she was with the Phantasmic Oracles.
That's about-
Or possibly ever. We don't know.
How?
So-
You would know after everything how upset Zoe would be by that.
Oh, Suki's aware of how much that was the no thoughts brain running moment, and that came out, and it's like, sorry, old hunter thing. There's concerns about the fact that she's spending more time in monster form than human these days.
Don't
On how, but
tell Zoe that she told you that, please. She's freaking out about it and thinks you're going to.
Is she gonna need counseling? Because she's.
Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
anyone would, but like, especially when you're like a teen.
Yeah. I mean,
I am like the worst person to deliver that news in hindsight.
Orin has like a 1,000-yard stare as he's thinking about that.
And Isaac
Some
goes, well,
harsh words that he got from some of the other phantasmagoricals are playing in his head.
You were so lucky Zoe's not there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, if Zoe was here, Suki's not exactly going to be in the same, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, Bo, because when she finds out. But yeah, it was rough.
Isaac goes, how's everyone else doing?
For the most part, considering we stopped a world-ending scenario, as far as I've seen, pretty okay. Like, this is... Like, I'm not used to running with people, so I don't know. I don't have a baseline beyond, like, you. And you handled things okay when we went in and stopped cults and got a little dirty, but...
I was the more... I want to make a joke since this is literally his class name. I was the more professional version of what you did. I still did the same thing.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm still not used to the fact that you guys don't deal with the fact that lives are at stake.
Yeah, I'm a doctor, so I haven't really had to take human lives, but I know some people who are in the therapy profession. We could give someone a call.
I don't know if anyone will accept this. Isaac just kind of like chuckles against his own will and goes, but I mean, the Dalek does say they are trained in psychology and psychiatry.
Orin blinks. He's like, well, guess a Dalek would know how to handle living with killing people.
I need to talk to him at some point too, because that's going to come crashing down at me one day. But that day is not today. Suki reaches into her coat pocket, grabs a flask, unscrews it, takes a swig back, screws the flask
He'll
back.
probably try to get you to audition for a play he's trying to set up.
Hal looks.
It's called Glengarry Glen Ross.
Hal looks at
They
Zoe.
say the F word several times.
Hal just looks at Suki and goes, "Yeah, you're coping pretty well with that."
Statements that aren't true.
So, assuming now that you're all here and Spindler has rolled in, everything's settled at Fiddler's Green?
Yep. Should be fine.
So, I don't know how they're going to settle it, but...
They'll probably move in, wipe people's memories, establish a separation between the supernatural and the mundane people once again. It's standard procedure.
That's pretty much what the lady who talked to me described, that she wanted to emphasize the not talking about this one part.
Yeah.
So, we might need to remind our more chatty fellow hunters to keep your lips zipped.
Oh, God, this is another thing. Hal, we completely buried the lead. Zoe is having lunch currently with Orenberg's wife.
Hal turns and looks at you and goes, "Are you fucking serious?"
Yeah, before you rejoined with me, I was like in a moment of just like panic-induced indecision of like whether or not to follow her or not.
Suki went from 0 relaxed to 100% tense, but she says nothing.
Wait, did Zoe explain how she ended up in that?
Yeah, she did.
She goes, and Isaac goes, well, apparently she encountered some bullies that were messing with the entrepreneur, and it turns out that one of them is Orenberg's son, and through that she somehow got his mom's number.
Okay.
And now they're on a lunch date.
Okay.
You should probably check in on her, because that's just giving me all kinds of dread.
Did she say where they were?
She did say damn good burger, right?
Yeah.
damn good burger, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, let's see if this shit works again. And he just kind of goes and looks at Orenberg and goes... Or Oren.
I mean, Oren?
Oren. Yeah, fuck you, TT, for having two similar names.
You're welcome.
And he goes,
Was that intentional?
No,
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
We made a joke last time about.
Yeah.
Turns out I was the same character all along.
Ah, that would have been. That would be funny if he wasn't so stupid.
Yes, that's exactly what we concluded.
He looks at Oren and goes, oh, by the way, you don't know who my dad is, right? Like, you kind of cut off communications with each other before that happened. You have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, so you don't know why this is happening, so bye, and he disappears.
What the fuck?
Mallory's like, did he go to Yard Rat? And Simon's like, oh, I got that reference. Yeah, I was here too.
Suki like looks at that for a second, but then she goes back into the like thousand-eyed, angry, tense phase, sitting there in a chair.
Suki was no longer having a good day.
The good day has
That's Suki's damn
stopped.
business. It was none of Suki's damn business.
Suki was having a good day, and then you dropped that knowledge bomb, and now it's all ruined.
Isaac has even more information. He goes, well, I was hoping Hal was going to be here to tell you this, but I can tell him later. So the whole reason I came here, Oren, was to, when I stopped into Spindle, I learned that they're planning to do to me what they did to Wen.
So you're tendering
And
your
then-
resignation?
I'm scheduled for repurposing.
Jesus fuck.
So you're tendering your resignation?
I'm going to be. Whether how dramatically that goes or not, depends. I still have this, and he pulls out the access card that he got from Orenberg. This might be able to get me down into the deep levels where they're working on whatever they're doing, fucking with the seamstress and stuff.
So, okay. I know you had loose schemes of getting Len out. You sure you don't want to
get
just...
Tamlin out, too.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to just... cut and run now?
I mean, that might be the safest thing. But
We
it's
do have
just-
another way in, she says, pulling the card back out if we need to get back in.
that's
this
the
will get us-
thing. Would they accept your... Would they do the interview if I was no longer part?
With how adamant they tried to get us to go with them, or at least to get me to go with them at Fiddler's Green, I feel like they're a little more aware of what's going on than you think they are.
I mean, I've been worried that they've known about Zoe ever since she first started transforming in the hospital of all places.
I'm talking more about your project. With
That
Thimble,
one
whenever-
is... That's probably going to be... That's an inevitability, I'm afraid.
Yes. And I already
And
don't.
I'm-
I already have my own reasons to want Orenberg dead. But if you need to get out, we need to get you out now. Whether that's, hey, Suki goes off the deep end and murders, you know, quote like air quotes, murders Isaac, or if you,
You know
just
what
get
would-
taken off by a monster.
I just realized something. Oren, what if I... See, I wish Hal was here. Because I've been trying to figure out how to do this since Drake disappeared. But what if I bring in Hal and he teleports me and went out of there?
Why didn't you ask him to wait?
Orin
tried,
thinks
but
about
then-
that, and Mallory thinks about that, and Simon's like,
I don't know what kind
"Yeah,
of
instant
defense
transmission's a
they-
broken power."
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd have something that would prevent, teleportation within the bounds of spindle. They have stuff to keep stuff out. And more than likely, they're keeping things in, so they might have things to keep them from getting out that way. It's just an idea.
If you want to try it, more power to you. And he sighs and puts hand. He throws up his hands. He's like, "This is heavy, and I wish I could say I know what the right choice is, but ultimately you've got to decide what you are willing to risk. I don't want to twist you, pull you one way or the other. You got to do what you think is right."
And I don't want to be callous about this, but if I do leave Len behind, it's just an agent going AWOL, not one of their top researchers being kidnapped and deprogrammed. If I manage to get Wen out of there, I'm painting a much bigger target on myself and everyone else around me.
Or not. I've wanted my friend back for a long time, but
And
when
I'm
we
not
parted
ready
ways,
to lose any of mine.
Gwen told me that I would have to deal with the consequences of the choices I made. And I think to some extent the same's true for him. He has to deal with the consequences of the choice he made, so. If you don't choose to save him, I'm not going to blame you. Because he made his choices, and that's the reason why he's in this situation. But as he says that, you can see that there's a part of him a part of his heart that's breaking a bit at the thought. But he may truly lose Henry to Spindle.
I know this is pretty heavy stuff to bring all on you at once. I need to think about it. But I don't think I can go back to Spindle unless I have a plan of some sort.
That would be important.
Maybe they'll be so busy with the Fiddler's Green fallout that might buy me a little bit of time to think. Plan.
Mm-hmm.
Tension in this building can be cut with a knife, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
If we're getting everything out on the table, Suki finally speaks up, and she fishes out a worn black leather notebook with a lighthouse engraving on it. Like, we're talking like this thing's been in her pocket for ages, and she sets it down on the table, And she looks specifically at you, Isaac, and she's like, one of the reasons I actually came to this town, on top of trying to find out where my friend who had been giving me information suddenly vanished, is that I'm here for one purpose, really, and that is I am going to kill Orenburg if it's the last thing I do. And she like looks to the other two who are not used to her shenanigans. They don't know her. And she kind of sighs and pulls out the smoking knife of red and black. Just to, not like angrily or just to show that it's not normal. And she kind of like, this isn't my first time dealing with what you call witching hours. But yours are at least nice. Yours are at least friendly at times. It's not like I was back in Bras Lodge Harbor with a certain fucker named Abundance. And I've been doing some research.
That...
It's your boss's brother.
Yeah,
or your boss.
Carly mentioned him.
Yeah. You know why I hate cults, Isaac? Why I specifically only showed up when people are doing world-ending shit? It's because your boss's brother came to my town, cut my friend open, and tried to end the world to build a new one there. No one found his body, which, to be fair, entire town got wiped off the map. They didn't really find anybody's body. But I have a couple of theories, and the worst one, unfortunately, is that Abundance didn't die, but he's using his brother's name.
You think Orenburg might be actually his brother Abundance?
Orenburg may be Abundance. Orenburg may be doing the same shenanigans to a better extent than Abundance did. You know,
I should correct a thing.
This is what Suki's figured out. She's not exactly always the brightest bulb in the box.
Abundance Orenburg's brother wasn't named Frank. Abundance Orenburg's brother was named Plenty.
Plenty. Okay.
All right, they've got the Quaker names.
I forgot about the Quaker names.
So Frank probably wouldn't be their sibling. Frank would be one of their sons.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know what Frank's attachment to Abundance and Plenty is, but I don't particularly.
If I had to guess, probably one of their sons or nephews.
Wouldn't be a bad guess. So if we need to figure out a way to get your Dr. Wen out, trust me, I can.
You guys have researched Frank, so I'm gonna give you this if I didn't already.
Yeah.
Frank's father was named Plenty.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought, but it's been so long I couldn't remember.
It has been a hot minute since I brought this detail up, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I have reasons to believe he's doing the same thing here. I don't like the coincidences drawn, and I don't like the fact that people's lives are at risk for someone who's wanting to equivalently try to play God, if he's anything like Abundance was. So whatever it comes into, I can for sure make sure that when getting out is a distraction. That's my hand to play.
You do know that that's probably a one-way trip.
This has always been a one-way trip. There's nowhere to go back to.
Fuck, hardcore.
Simon.
You know, Simon, I think I've got something for you in the lab. Okay.
Thank you, Simon.
Oh.
I needed that.
Isaac just sighs as they walk out. It's just like, oh, I lost my train of thought.
I mean, to be fair, he's not wrong, I guess. But
Okay, you say you don't have anywhere to return to, but that's wrong. I know you've only just come to this place, and I honestly I haven't even lived here a year, but you know, it's there are people to come back to.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah. What about your
Isaac.
girlfriend?
It's a nice thought, Isaac. I appreciate it, but I'll also point out of character that the girlfriend thing was something that was made when Suki was not in the fucking timeline at that point. He was.
No. You were around when that happened. What do you mean?
I got picked up by the guy who played. Fuck, what's his name? Back to the Future time
Christopher
scientist.
Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd picked me up and
Fifth
said, "Come on, Suki."
canon.
Yes. But in any case, there was never a future plan. If I need to make a distraction, even just for a little bit, show that, hey, maybe you should stop trying to knock on my door before I start knocking on yours, it's a card. And I want to be more honest on the table. I know my stupid will of secrecy due to being a fucking loner for, oh god, what's it been? 10, 15 years on the road hunting monsters? It's already got us in enough trouble before. I'd rather be open on why I'm here and what I'm doing.
At that moment, the door to the office opens, and the squat, hairy man from before comes in, politely pushes Orin aside, reaches into a desk drawer, pulls out a spoon, and says, "Forgot this," before walking out the door.
Or who was that?
I don't know.
All right, now that that's on the table, let's figure out a plan for this. And this would be a good point to cut, I guess.
All right. Meanwhile, Kaiko and Julie.
Delay me. I'm typing.
All right, good.
At
Since
you.
you are watching Combat Sun Solar Systemka. Okay. Meanwhile, at the diner.
Well, Celia hasn't gotten to do anything tonight. Yet.
Meanwhile, in Celia's TV place. A bunker, maybe? Where was it?
Bunker, yeah.
They were trying to get it over the lake now that it's fixed.
Lydia?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you doing, Celia?
Okay. Does anyone know where we can get a boat?
We can swim.
Yeah, but can we swim while carrying this above the water?
Tiff shrugs like, I mean, I could.
And you're sure you wouldn't get it wet?
Oh, no.
Because you said that about our ice cream, and then when we got to the island, it was soaking wet.
To be fair, it's because it melted. Or we can get a boat, says Meg.
Where?
At the bottom of the lake.
Out of the box thinking. What's your game?
Well, there's like a whole bunch of them down there.
And if we get it to the surface, how do we get it to stay on the surface?
Repair it?
Do any of us know how to do that?
I mean, how hard can it be? Just nail some planks to it. Says Tiff.
Sounds about right. Alright, girls, we have a project.
Alright. You and the
they
Undine
know-
set
know
off to the
carpenter.
bottom of Lake Alto. You swim deep and deep, and eventually you do find the boat graveyard. And there are hundreds of boats. More than could fit on the surface of the lake. But the lake's weird like that. You pass by fishing boats, speed boats, one yacht, a 1600s galleon, all sorts of boats. There is at least one submarine. And there's a man inside it.
Is it yellow?
You can't really tell because there's like this sort of greenish brown haze because it's a lake.
What kind of submarine?
Well, it's like a smallish submarine. There's a man inside and he's waving.
Celia waves back.
And he motions for you to lift the submarine up.
Don't do it.
No, fool me once.
I tried to be nice to something and it tried to pull me into a room to do God knows what with all its hands.
The man looks at you in the Undines of Horror, and he's motioning frantically. He's pulling on his beard.
No. Last time I pulled one of you up to the surface, you turned into a mass of sea animal parts and tried to assimilate me.
I get that reference.
That's a fair point.
And the Undines just swim on by.
Just leave a man to just suffocate to death.
He's been there for 15 years. He'll be fine.
Whoa, he is definitely not human then, yeah.
That was fucking Captain Nemo.
So which of these boats are we bringing up?
We need something we can fit the TV on. And that's pretty much it. The galleon is really nice, though. I don't know how to repair a galleon, though.
You do know a carpenter.
Also, I don't think you can lift the galleon. Tiff, can you lift the galleon? Nah, it's just too big even for me.
Yeah, I've never been able to lift more than a Chevy. What about that yacht? We could have a yacht. We could, like, have a little clubhouse.
The girls agree with that, and you guys swim up to the yacht, and you see, on board, dressed in fine clothes, is a waterlogged carcass, bloated and filled with various gases of decomposition. And as he lowers his sunglasses, Leonardo DiCaprio says to you, "Hey, you ladies younger than 25?"
Whoa!
Get the fuck out of my lake, Leonardo DiCaprio!
And Tiffany swats him, and he immediately just explodes into corpse juice.
Oh.
It's not a good sensation when it wafts past you guys.
Yeah.
Don't breathe that in.
Just,
Don't breathe that in.
It's too late. You all got a good whiff of Leonardo DiCaprio juices in your gills.
Oh my god!
It's gonna take weeks or one transformation to get that taste out of your necks.
Yum. Delicious.
Plus side, you now have the yacht of the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And together the four of you manage to lift it onto the surface. Do you search inside?
Yes!
It's filled with precious quaaludes, a highly expensive drug that you can't get anymore.
Are these Quaaludes?
Way out of expiration.
What the fuck is a quaalude?
It's a drug!
It's a drug. My dad told me about it.
Oh. I don't know.
It's an. I think Quaaludes are uppers, or are those downers?
Oh, no,
They're-
they're very much downers.
Okay, they're the downers then.
Yeah, he used to give them to me when I was hyperactive.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ!
Holy shit!
That is not okay.
But to be fair,
Not
I was
okay.
bouncing off the walls, literally.
No, that is not okay.
I wonder if that had any side effects in my development.
The Undines all look at you with concern.
No!
There's some hardcore drugs. Jesus Christ.
Oh no! That's a piece of Celia backstory I didn't expect to learn today.
You know what? And Alex reaches out and she grabs the Quaaludes. She's like, I just think we'll just... And she drops them overboard. And a helpful carp swims up and swallows the bag and swims away.
I mean, that
That
carp is
floats
gonna be
to the
so
surface.
mellow.
For the next 2 hours of that carp's life, it'll be the deadliest thing in Lake Alto.
And then you see the carp spasm and throb in the water. And its fins stretch out and bulge with newfound muscles and bones before they turn into human-like limbs, and its body bloats up, and its face, its head gets sort of somewhat chiseled features, and it turns into a 50-some-year-old man-fish that really resembles Leonardo DiCaprio.
Just fucking kill it.
Kill it!
Look at what you've done.
The DiCaprio show of Lake Alto.
I gotta find someone who's 25 years or younger.
God damn it, DiCaprio! How many times do we have to teach you this lesson?
Old man. See, the joke is that Leonardo DiCaprio
Fucking-
divorces all his wives once they turn 26.
Celia throws
Celia,
a deck
before you
chair
get
at it.
away!
God. Kill it.
Celia throws a deck chair at it.
She does. It hits, and Leonardo DiCaprio fish falls underwater, at which point another gill man swims by, grabs his head, and wrenches it off and throws it onto dry land, where it will die for good this time, maybe.
Maybe.
Jesus Christ!
Just can't seem to get rid of that guy.
Some days you just can't get rid of a DiCaprio.
DiCaprio decapitation.
I guess your name is Leonardo Decapitation now. Leonardo Decapitated.
Decapitation!
Meg and Tiff say nothing, but... No, sorry, Alex and Tiff say nothing, but Meg's like, I don't think that pun works.
Leonardo Decapitated.
Keep trying, we'll get it.
You know what? He doesn't get a pun because he's dead.
All right, so this yacht has a critical fracture on its underside. I don't know boat terminology, but it's like it's been fucking gored, almost like a giant lobster claw snapped into it and then ran along it to make a giant scratch that sunk it.
I wonder who that could have been.
Yeah. He's dead now, it's fine.
It was Lobster Claw's Jim, of course. It's me, Lobster Claw's Jim.
Okay, this is a compound fracture. That is some deep hull damage. Yeah, we're just gonna have to completely patch that up if you want it to stay afloat. Let's tilt it on its side until then. Keep the water out. The hell is that?
Oh,
That was
yeah,
what?
and in one of the propellers, there's like a giant matted ball of hair
Ugh.
about the size of a beach ball.
Ugh.
I'm not touching that.
And then some of the strands come loose and reveal an eye, and it's like, yeah, you better not.
Oh. Okay, so we're not getting those propellers back, but we can at least patch up the side and keep it afloat, and then we can have like, a floating clubhouse. It'd be great.
The girls nod.
Do any of us have a boating license?
I mean, if we go down there, I'm sure one of those corpses does.
Oh god.
I could probably get one for my guy.
Okay.
My hormones and fake ID guy. Celia pulls out her cell phone. Hal?
Hal's
Hal was teleporting?
Hal just finished teleporting to the diner, and he gets an immediate phone call, and he's like, "What the fuck is with the timing of people today?" Hello?
Hal? Do you have a blowtorch and several large pieces of sheet metal?
Yeah, but you can't ask me where I got them.
Fair enough. If not a blowtorch, is Kaiko busy?
I'm not sure, actually. She might be with
Yeah, we found a yacht. We want to fix it up.
Okay, where is it?
Lake Alto.
Alright, that'll
Very specific.
take me a bit to get all of the things, but if you bring it onto dry land and make sure it's all dry, I'll take a look at it.
Sweet.
He's just
Thanks,
standing.
Al.
He's standing there with the most baffled look on his face.
By the way, did you know they just dumped a big thing of Quaaludes in here? You've had Quaaludes?
He pulls the phone away from his face and looks at it like, what the fuck? He pulls it back up to his ear and goes, "No? Have you?"
Yeah, when I was little.
Celia, what the fuck?
What? I was hyperactive.
Celia, no, that doesn't make it.
I was trying to literally run up the walls.
Doesn't matter! Sorry, I'm not here.
Were people giving you drugs to, like, make you not hyperactive? What?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Is that not okay?
No, Celia, that's very bad, actually.
Huh. Well,
If you tell my mother who did that, she's going to kill them.
it's fine. I turned out okay.
Okay, well,
I don't think it had any I don't think it had any effects on my mental development. By the way, have you ever had Quaaludes?
Dear God.
Oh, Celia! Oh no!
It might be. Oh no.
Every new
no.
passing episode, Celia becomes more and more like a bridged Goku.
No!
And the brain damage. And the brain damage.
and the brain damage.
Hey, Hal! Hey, Hal, can you fix a boat?
No, we're gonna fix the boat. We just need some help.
Okay, throw away the Quaaludes for one.
We got rid of them. Don't worry.
Okay. And pull it up somewhere where I can get to and help you fix it.
All right, sweet. Okay, we got to get it to the beach.
I'm gonna hang up. No, Celia, unless you need anything else.
That should be it. Thanks.
Okay. don't do drugs. He's gonna hang up and stand there in the alley that he teleported into for a couple minutes and go, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
And so we push the boat to the beach, heedless of who might be on our path.
I imagine someone's on the shore. They see a boat moving of its own free volition. It's like
Another ghost ship joins the local lore.
24 dead due to mysterious floating boat.
How the fuck did someone get a yacht into Lake Alto? You don't have that big of a dock.
rich people do.
Rich people.
Also, imagine this isn't a mega yacht.
It's not. It's still like kind of pushing the size limit of Lake Alto though, because not all of those boats crashed in Lake Alto.
Yeah.
They
I figured.
be down there.
Especially since there was a, a submarine.
Submarine.
Well,
And a fucking pirate galleon!
it wasn't just the bottom of Lake Alto, it was the ship, it was the graveyard of ships.
So
No.
is it just have a hole that leads directly to the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle?
We know for a fact Lake Alto is connected to the Sea of Monsters. It's probably connected to at least a couple of other planes that are seas. And yes, one of them may connect to the Bermuda Triangle. One of them may connect to Lake Superior.
It's the graveyard of ships, where all ships are discarded whenever and every monster destroys them.
I just enjoy the concept of Lake
Will I
Superior.
cast reborn the shipping, which adds one ship to my hand from the graveyard.
So that's what we're in the middle of casting.
How is that, Gray?
I was just like, I enjoy the concept that Lake Superior and the Sea of Monsters are considered on equal footing in this situation.
Yes, they are.
I mean, that's fair.
He never gives up for dead.
One is a sea
Serious?
of monsters, and one is a monster that is a sea.
The Great Lakes in general are that have their own weirdness going on in this verse, but Lake Superior is very much the melody to their greater melody area.
Fair.
Off the
Yeah,
ley
that
lines,
was gotta be
Superior is
interesting.
just the biggest intersection.
It's a fucked up lake.
Now, there was those 26,000 tons of iron ore down there, but I don't want to dig through all that.
26,000 tons or more.
I mean, it's pretty easy. You just need to take a drink some milk and get a diamond pickaxe with efficiency 3 on it.
Okay, let's patch up that hole. And that one. And that one. Damn it. What was that?
Turns out nailing wood onto the hull of this mostly metal yacht is harder than you thought.
And bending wood.
Yeah, they don't know to bend it. Pip snaps several planks without meaning to.
Just gonna look at
Is
this.
Tiff
damn
the
frickin'
strongest
heart attack.
one?
I think Tiff was the newest one after Celia.
Meanwhile, do you ever wonder and get a feeling of dread that your teammates or people you know are doing something incredibly stupid and brazen when you're not looking?
I mean, you knew my friends in high school. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh god, is that a sea louse? Why is it so
That's-
big?
Stacy, that dumb bitch.
What, PT?
That's Julie talking about her friends in high school. Stacy, that dumb bitch.
As you say that, Cilia, the sea louse looks towards you. Is like you don't go asking people why they're big or small.
So Kaiko's just gonna DM Hal real quick. Hey Hal, there isn't anything anyone's doing anything recently that could be considered reckless and stupid and death-defying?
You get the three bubbles coming up, typing and going away. Typing and then going away. Typing and then going away, and finally goes, nope, everything's fine.
No, I got a better one. As it looks to you, it's like, oh, look at that, Undyne. Why is it so nosy?
I mean, yeah,
wait.
you did just call this other water guy big.
Everything's perfectly normal.
Wait a minute. Kaiko just does this face in general.
Kaiko gets a text.
Oh no.
Kaiko, do you know how to weld?
How you gonna text back? I knew that was a lie. Celia just texted me.
Oh, fuck.
How do you bind wood to metal?
Wait for Hal! Wait for Hal! Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, we've had some just fun shenanigans tonight.
I want to talk about everything's been remarkably low stakes.
Yeah, and eventually death.
Low stakes.
It's all fine.
So, like, Meg,
Yeah?
is that a nuclear submarine? Those warheads aren't, like, live, are they?
Oh god.
Oh no!
Like, they're waterlogged, right?
I think so.
Waterlogging stops warheads, right?
Don't you remember Finding Nemo?
Those were naval mines.
It's fine.
Next session of Offbeat Melody is canceled, but the Fallout Melody begins next time.
Oh shit! I've been giving Meg Tiff's voice and Tiff's Meg's voice. Personality. I should remember. Meg is the shark because she's a megalodon. Come on, brain.
Yeah.
Work for me.
Meg is the tall, athletic shark. Tiff is the short, chunky anglerfish.
Okay, yeah. So swap their lines, and we're good.
I was about to say, had there been like a shift in the group dynamic? Had Tiff
No.
hit the gym?
I just got my names confused. I have a lot of NPCs.
I wonder whose fault that is.
Player and keeper.
This is a long shot. I don't think I suppose you can sew a boat back together.
I feel like that's an abuse of my power.
I would agree, but I fear for what abuses to our local lumber industry that Celia and the Undines are currently doing right now.
I'm gonna be honest. I give much less of a shit about the lumber industry or whatever than pissing off
God.
my arm.
I meant less lumber industry, more the forestry.
Well, they can take that up with South Los and see how that goes.
Celia, you get a text from Kaiko. Wait for Hal to get there because you don't want to offend Softball Sam with abuses to wood.
It's fine. We found some driftwood. That's in our territory. It's kosher.
Fuck.
That's not
You
gonna
think
help
so,
keep
but
a
when you cut into that driftwood, you realize it's actually made of ham.
Wait, false alarm. There's ham.
The ham log.
God damn it.
Hal's having a crisis in a fucking alleyway.
No, he is.
Well, that's okay. They asked they
Yeah.
wanted me to weld a boat together.
Zoe's just paused with eyes the size of dinner plates.
I just think it might take less time since if she can control the flame.
I'm not a metallurgist.
That's a good point.
Just because you said someone has a flamethrower doesn't mean they can weld a ship together.
Proof right this second.
Could you build a ship with a flamethrower?
No.
No.
No, no, no.
No.
I wonder if my smoke sword could act as a blowtorch.
Oh god.
No.
No, no.
And before you ask, explosives can't weld either.
Okay, before this gets to be violent, let's go to the diner.
Okay.
I feel a
So
sense
he's-
of unease. Let's talk to Orenberg's wife.
So she said,
Oh,
you know,
just
she
some
could probably get.
questions.
So okay, Zoe's eyes are fucking huge. and,
She has just been going into all the details of the scholarship and talking about the two nearby colleges, one of which is in Nocturne. That would be really good for you, and is just talking about all the opportunities. She's going into full like school counselor, let's try and set up your life mode. But she's doing it in a genuine trying to be helpful way.
Yeah. So you know when someone says something that knocks the wind out of you when you try and when you speak, like your voice is like drained of energy. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, why?
Oh, well, you've been, this is, it was unexpected, getting a call today, and he just seemed really friendly, and I like to help people out because life is really tough, and what's the point of having wealth if you can't help someone out, and this is one of the ways that I'm allowed to do that.
You've just met me.
Yeah, well, maybe I've just been feeling a little. She doesn't know how to complete that sentence. Maybe I just want to be nice. Nocturne has a smaller college than the community college in Pattersville, but I've seen their library. We had a trip there to talk to the dean about something. It's Frank's whole thing, but I saw the library they had there, and it's on par with like one of the Big Ten universities. It's beautiful.
I like photography.
Well, both Pattersville and Nocturne have good photography programs. Nocturne also has a film program. They're connected. They have a lot of arts actually in their college. They're really focused on the on the humanities side of STEM. But Pattersville has photography classes as well. They don't offer a major in it, but they'd give you enough credits where you could eventually, maybe after 2 years, find a college that would, take you in to specialize in that.
I don't. Do you?
Now, it's late. We wouldn't be able to get you in this year, but, you said you're taking a gap year, and I honestly think that's a smart idea to sort of figure things out. But, the sooner we get started on this, the more we can make it a sure thing. And it would just be really nice to have something work out, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Vanessa, I'm touched. Completely touched. Not many people have done just genuine kindness to me like that. I mean, some have, but it's not exactly been the regular. She gulps and very big gulp.
Meanwhile, Vanessa just has the biggest, most unabashedly, purely happy smile you have ever seen on a person. She is so pleased. It feels like she knocked this one out of the park.
Oh, I'd love to be able to get into good college, but I don't. I barely got out of high school.
College is different. It's so much different, especially at an arts college like Nocturnes. You're going to meet people who accept you for who you are.
She winces. Vanessa? You said your husband has to sign off on it?
Yeah, but I can convince him. I'm sure of it.
Are you sure?
Okay, I know you're probably thinking that he's this big CEO and he probably doesn't listen to me very much. He's always busy. But
Vanessa,
I promise this is the one thing
Vanessa.
that I'm allowed control over.
Vanessa, I would love this, but she's pale and kind of visibly shaking a little. I haven't changed my name yet.
She looks at you and she thinks and she nods her head. She's like, well, that's a hitch, but we know some people at the courthouse. I'm sure we could get that paperwork done easy. And she puts her hands on yours and she's like, let me do something nice.
Oh my god, TT! Fuck. Okay.
Awesome.
I
promise you won't regret this. I didn't go to college, and I should have. I had friends who went to it for theater degrees, and they ended up in debt. But still, the experience was really great. And and more people should be able to get that without incurring big debt. And I can't do it for everybody, but if you can help one person, that's one more person in the world who has a better life,
Yeah, I get you, but I don't. You seem fine with it, but do you think he is?
I mean, she thinks for a moment. She's like, I'll make him fine with it.
I don't want I know someone who you could also help.
Oh?
Yeah, because this might be it might be a bit of a hard sell to get me past your husband. But there's a family in town that have been visibly struggling for a while. And if there's anyone who could use some help, it's definitely them more than me.
Who?
Okay, do I know the entrepreneur's last name? I'm pretty sure I would know his family name at least.
Yeah, you met his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got the award at the...
Oh, yeah, at the art fair. You remember the lady who won the art fair this year?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she wouldn't tell herself because, people don't necessarily want people to know they're struggling, but she's been working extremely hard, and her son and her make little crafts and he sells them. And they've been really struggling, and I don't, I buy stuff from him whenever I can. It's something I can help them at least that little bit away, but I think they need your help more than I do.
She thinks about it, like, well, I don't know if we have any charities that we have that, but I mean, Frank could offer her a job.
Ooh. I mean, I don't know if she'd just take a free job, but well,
it wouldn't be free.
Push.
She would have to work.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're the wife of a powerful guy in town. Your word, whether you realize it or not, would carry weight. And if you were put the word out that this woman works hard and is good at stuff, that could honestly help her without just giving her a free ride.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm flattered. I will absolutely hit you up on this once I figured some things out. I haven't even decided if I'm keeping my last name yet. So I want to figure that out before I get started on any kind of college admission. But this is a great idea.
Okay. Well, good. Well, you get back to me. You've got my number.
Well, okay. So about that. So he pulls out her phone, almost drops it, but just punching in a bunch of things. You said you don't have a cell phone, right?
Yeah.
And you lost power today, and you were lucky that your phone was still working, right?
Yeah. Thankfully, Frank's got that line hooked up to the generator.
Zoe shoves her phone into Vanessa's hands.
I can afford to.
I can afford phones too. Like I said, they're not as expensive as they sound. She shows her the code to unlock the phone, and then the code to unlock the calculator. I moved my stuff out. I put it in the cloud. I can get that on the new phone, which is easy enough for me to get. I've got a friend who makes the things. It's crazy. So this is literally nothing for me. It's at most an afternoon getting my stuff out of the cloud. But this is my number, which it won't activate until I get that new phone set up. This is the code to unlock it. this is that code for that little calculator thing I showed you earlier. Oh, and another fun thing you can do that I've, teenage years. Well, there's this website that you can go that you can call people through, and it essentially changes your caller ID and So I've used it to prank call people a few times. She's kind of funny,
Her brain's having a little trouble processing all this, but she's mostly getting what you're saying.
So, my phone number's in there. So once I get my phone later and activate that, you can contact me whenever you want and not have to worry about your house phone going out or, having to be at home to contact me. Or, this is yours. It doesn't have to be yours. It's yours.
She looks at it, and she frowns, and she motions to almost hand it to you, but she stops. She's like, that's very kind. And it's gonna sound really hypocritical because I was just offering you something.
Yeah, you were offering
really,
me a lot. This is the least I can do.
But I mean, I remember you have to pay to upkeep these. Like,
No, it's fine. See, these ones. Yeah, Zoe essentially factory defaulted it and put her stuff in the cloud and put like some essential things on, like the calculator app. This one has already got some time set up on it. It's set up for like, God, I don't know how long she sets them out ahead of time. Like I said, my friend, she's crazy, too good with technology. And even if like it stops working, you still have my number saved in here. You still have the internet through here. Phone's very useful, like I said.
But it's not going to cost you anything to keep this up?
Oh, no, not at all. She said, like a liar.
She looks at it, and
Zoe's big smile.
She frowns with deliberation, and she's like, well, I guess it couldn't hurt if he doesn't know, and she puts it in her purse.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's not like you're hiding it from him. It's just, it was a gift. It's yours. You don't have to tell him every little single thing you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
We're allowed our little secrets.
Yeah. I'm sure he has plenty of his own. Not to, to cast shade on the man.
No, he definitely does.
Okay. Besides, I might have egged his car once years ago. I don't know, but it's possible and you might recognize my name. And,
You've got a naughty streak.
Listen, I was a teenager who was unhappy with everything about her entire body and life.
Well, I mean, you should have heard what I did to David O. Russell's call after the audition.
What'd you do?
I put sugar in his gas tank.
Holy shit, that destroys cars.
Yeah, it does. But fuck him, right?
Fuck him, yeah.
You're gonna make us like this lady, and she's gonna fucking die, and I'm gonna hate you.
Yeah.
You're giving another Nautico, TT.
Mm-hmm.
TT, you're giving us a Nautico who's already pre-perilled.
You kill this lady. He's always going on a roaring rampage of revenge.
I don't think you could give us a pre-perilled Nautico, but here we are.
Oh, wonderful.
Just to check. I don't know if you know, but your husband or you heard through the grapevine about the Thrawn family?
Thrawn. Out of character, is that Zoe's family?
That's Zoe's family, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Zoe's last name is Thrawn.
Yeah, we, I think I remember meeting them at a couple of fundraisers.
Oh, yeah, that scans. Don't say anything about me if you see them, please.
Oh, those are your folks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't say a word.
Thank you. They still think they have 2 sons. No, they have none.
So narrow-minded.
Them's the breaks.
Well, it's not right.
Yeah, well, it's how it is. I've got better family now. And she looks at she looks very pointedly at Vanessa and friends.
And she once again just has this smile that radiates happiness.
Oh, fuck. So yeah, did you enjoy lunch? Kinda like.
Oh my god, it's been so long since I've had a burger.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, I love burgers though. I mean,
It's so good.
I'm kind of a garbage disposal. I eat so much. God, the hormones, they don't really warn you how hungry they make you. Whew.
I remember in high school I used to be able to eat like an entire pack of Oreos, and
Oh man,
then I had to start watching my figure for jobs. But
hey, you know, it's good to indulge every once in a while.
well, I don't have to watch it so closely now. Although Frank still likes me to be very trim.
Okay, but it's your body.
Yeah,
It is your body. Like, yeah, he's your husband or whatever, and you guys are in a partnership. For one, it's not.
Well, it's not wrong for him to want me to be healthy.
No, but healthy is being thin is not necessarily healthy. Different body shapes for different people.
I suppose.
You know. Yeah. It's good to indulge sometimes. Like another burger sometime.
Oh no, I don't think I could fit another one in.
No, not now, not today. I mean, I probably could, but not today. Not like, not forcing you to eat another burger today. I mean, like, again, we can just get a burger again sometime.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Talk about how things are helping with the entrepreneur's family.
Maybe, if I can ever get a hold of the car, we could even take a, if you're comfortable with it, like a trip out to Nocturne. I could show you the library they have there and the campus.
Yeah, maybe. That sounds like it'd be a fun time.
Really would be. I'm glad I met you today, Zoe.
And I'm glad I tried to prank call you today. I
Best
mean it when I
prank
say
call.
this is like, what?
Best prank call.
Best prank call. I mean it when I say that chatting with you and having lunch with you is probably like the best thing I've done in weeks.
I'm so glad.
This was good for you too. But I think I need to go and meet up with that girl I was talking about.
Oh yeah. Good luck. I'll cover the tab.
No, that's fine. I can cover this for you. No, I know you're rich.
I live in a mansion.
I know you're rich. I know you're rich.
I have too much money.
Okay, but that's your money, and I invited you.
I'm sorry. Jack, here.
No, here.
The waitress gives it to Vanessa, and she pays.
Frowns. All right.
Sorry, but them's the breaks.
Okay. All right. Well, then I got you next time. As long as it's not like crazy expensive.
Challenge accepted.
All right. Zoe gives her a hug.
And she hugs you back. She's a little surprised at first, but
yeah,
she hugs you back. You part ways. She heads back home.
Zoe sits in the booth for a couple minutes and watches her leave. Like, Oh fuck! What is this?
What is it, Zoe?
Fuck! How? You know I hate that. What are you doing here?
He's just kind of standing there going, what the hell is going on today?
No. I made friends with fucking Orenberg's wife. She's really fucking nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fucking. It's been a day already, Hal. And what's it say that like the best part of like the past couple of weeks has been me having lunch with Orenberg's wife? What's that say about the past couple of weeks?
And I think last week was her birthday, so.
A man in a plain suit sits down next to you guys at the booth.
Oh.
He's got glasses on, and he looks as average as a person could be.
Oh no. Oh god.
Orenberg's wife, huh?
There's going to be another death threat.
And the guy leans back, looks at you, and says, "So I got a strange job call a couple minutes ago saying to check at the big boss's place. Make sure nothing strange happens after he leaves." Well, you know, something strange happens after he leaves. His wife goes out to a diner, talks with some kid, also a guy who can teleport, shows up afterwards. Very strange. Now, here's what I've been thinking. Maybe the big boss doesn't need to know all this happened. Maybe his wife just went out for a burger. Alone.
All right. What?
This is in his pocket. And
What?
he pulls out a piece of paper, and an old piece of paper. It's a ripped up scrap. He says, "This is believed to be the last remaining copy of the map to Cadaver Cove.
What?
Only reason I joined this outfit was the hope that I could find a way to get that fucking treasure."
Oh, you want us to help you
Seems to
find the
me
treasure? Oh.
You got teleporting person. You're some kind of weirdo with green hair.
Fuck you.
I'm thinking
I like
maybe
having
you
green
know
hair. You should.
how to help me get to Cadaver Cove.
Or in exchange, and you won't tell your boss about me taking his wife on a friendly lunch date.
That's right. And he hands you a card.
What's the card say?
Agent Cage.
Cage? Is that C or K?
Okay.
Alright, Agent Cage.
With a Q.
Agent Kage. Agent Shadow.
I mean, sure.
He's a Men in Black.
And it's
Like,
got a phone
you-
number.
Okay. So do you just like want the treasure, or do you want to like find it? Is it like some?
I want the fucking treasure.
I hear you.
What the fuck? It's the whole reason I moved to this fucking town.
Okay, all right. I'll do what I can.
So you find
What's
me the rest of this map, or a
Uh-huh.
complete map.
Uh-huh.
You and I and Pop in here. We find this Cadaver Cove, and in return, I keep my lips zipped.
All right. Well, I will help you. Yeah. That sounds like a fair trade.
Yeah.
All right. But kid, don't keep
Huh?
me waiting.
I mean, I'll do my best. If you haven't been able to find it,
Also, be right back again.
I'm going to help you as best
And
I
he
can.
stands up as suddenly as he sat down, and he leaves while you're mid-sentence.
Oh, what? Zoe snaps a picture of him.
He's got some of those spindle threads, but otherwise he's just a guy.
Okay.
I like
I should have taken a picture of Vanessa. Could you say I,
like
took
that.
a picture of...
I like that snapping pictures is just how Zoe punctuates meetings with people.
Can I say I took a picture of Vanessa before she left? Like, as she was
Okay.
leaving.
I will say, at some point during your interaction with Vanessa, you convinced her, after much prodding, because her husband really doesn't like her to appear in photos that aren't staged. She did allow you to take a picture of the two of you eating at lunch,
Okay.
but you did not get time in the conversation to look at
To look at it. Okay. So I look at it now.
This is weird. Discord just restarted itself on me for no reason.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, Discord does do that sometimes. What fucked up thing am I going to see in this picture, TT?
So there aren't just stitches on her forehead and golden thread,
Oh.
but there are threads wrapped tightly around her arms and her elbows and joints, all leading upwards as if she is a marionette puppet.
How you see them?
Beneath the threads, she looks human. Like, she doesn't look like she's like a puppet disguised as a person or anything.
Yeah.
But it's
You
that
see
someone has dug their claws in deep, as it were.
Yeah. How you see Zoe, like, looking at the photo and, like, her hands clench. And, like...
Also, there's a fun sort of, like, you know those like pictures where that's like textured, and if you look at it one angle it looks one way and you look at another angle it looks different. There's that effect of the photo where when you angle it differently you can see bruises start to appear.
Ooh.
Ow.
Zoe's hand, she has the photo in one hand and her
And
other
many
hand...
of them correspond with the various stitches.
Word to Jack Torrance. Urge to kill. Dry thing.
Zoe's other hand just, like, grips the table, but, like, she essentially crunches a piece of the table in her hand without even paying attention.
I think it's that moment that Phineas slides into the spot that the Agent Cage left, and he's like, "What's got you in a fit?"
You say that because she's clearly not paying attention. Sure, like, head snaps. Callie, are you here?
Yeah, I'm having a great time with this scene. Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alex has been quiet this whole time.
It's because it's fucking dark, that's why.
It might have some personal shit tied to it too, so let's move on, please.
Yes. And her pupils are, serpentine.
It's just
Take
me,
sure-
Phineas.
Take sure a second to realize that it is him. Where are your horns?
Funny story about that. It's a trick. I mean, I'm sure if you took a picture with me, your camera, you'd see me as I normally am. But speaking of, and he like kind of leans back from the booth and he like waves over. He's like, "Got someone I want you to meet."
I don't know if I can deal with a new
It's
person right
time.
now.
Oh no, trust me.
No, finish something serious.
Kid, trust me, it's just a reintroduction. You'll get it. Come on. And he's like waving someone over.
He is he was a little busy getting caught up, like, just in because he hasn't had the opportunity to really go about town very often. But once he's Phineas, he sees Phineas waving, he does walk over, and you see a portly man, rather short, approaching you.
Oh. Aww.
He's got wrinkles on his
Eyes narrow.
face. He's got the big fluffy mutton chops, and he is beaming.
I know you.
I would certainly hope so.
What?
Don't recognize me.
Benedict!
Phineas reaches over and, like, knowing he can't feel it, flicks Benedict in the arm, and there's that metal tink noise.
Benedict? What?
Did you teach him your trick?
Yep.
Yes,
I
he
figured
did.
He deserved a chance to, walk around without people staring at him. More than the way he dresses and his, lingo. But
It's Melody. I've seen weirder outfits. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Benedict, you look good.
Thank you.
You are a grandfatherly man.
Well, Mr. Phineas said something about the disguise being more or less a translation.
I see.
It's somewhat humbling to think that apparently I am that old.
I said it fits you, man.
Yeah, no, that looks that looks just you look like you, just fleshier. It's really good to see you, Benedict Phineas. But I need to go.
Something the matter.
Later we're doing a meeting with everybody, I guess, at Thimble at some point. But I need to go.
Do you know where everyone else is? We might as
No.
well go together.
I know it's fine. It's fine.
At this moment, the door opens, and a short man, just shy of 4 feet tall, very hairy, very stout, walks in, strides past you all, goes up to the waiter who's holding like a big plate with like 3 burgers on it, says thanks, and picks it up and carries it out the door, and the waiter's like, and he turns to the table he was about to serve, is like, it's gonna be like 10 more minutes on your meal, when he goes back to the back as the short man waddles out the door.
Is it the same dude?
See,
Yes.
I'm not that conspicuous. Look at that man over there. He's even shorter than
Yeah. I mean, with the hat, he'd be almost a shoo-in for a gnome, but... for a tall...
But they're much shorter.
I would not insult them so to compare them to a gnome.
It's the second time I've seen that guy, and it's the second time I've seen him stealing food today.
Perhaps he's not well off.
Talk with Benedict and Phineas. I gotta go.
The golden rule: if you see someone shoplifting food, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You didn't.
I mean, I
So
didn't make any.
He's not really
confession.
shoplifting it. No one seems to be like, hey, you stealing that.
Yeah, confession, that's how I kind of lost my job at the Circle K, is I didn't stop people from taking food.
Zoe runs out the door.
Oh.
You pass by the short man, and you
Yeah.
keep running.
Zoe goes by the short man. You should go take food from Spindle. That keeps going.
Fuck no, I don't want to die.
Valid.
He
And
already
she
tried
run-
that once. He got into an epic battle over the pork rinds.
TT, is there a junkyard in town? Oh yeah, there is a junkyard in town.
There is absolutely a junkyard.
I'm running to the
yeah.
junkyard.
Sergeant Trundle is.
Oh, well, I guess for me we might meet Sergeant Trundle too. But Zoe's running to the junkyard.
It's not a bewitched melody, so he's just a statue.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And also, Elquattle's dog came from there, right?
Yeah, it's Scrap, the junkyard dog. Or Scrounge, I forget the name. It had an S-E-R.
I think Scrounge is right.
Sounds right.
She's running as if someone set fire to her coattails.
She
You all right there, Hal?
she had lunch with Orenberg's wife today,
Oh,
and we just got threatened by a Spindle agent to help him find Cadaver Cove, or he'll tell Orenberg that happened today.
People are still looking for that?
He kind of
Like
looks
it's a mini quest we've been dodging for ages.
he kind
Hey,
Dodging
Celia's
it,
been
this
off-
other shit keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Celia's
kinda
been
looks-
hot on its heels this entire time. Celia's just stupid.
Celia's been fucking around in a boat.
She's been doing it for several different story arcs. She hasn't been able to find it because, I mean, enough said.
He is our fembo. That's why.
Yeah, Hal kind of cuts a glance towards Phineas and goes, "We kind of know where it is, but we also kind of haven't gone there. Don't ask me why." He just kind of gives a shrug. He's like, so that's.
I mean, as me and Benedict were walking, he was telling me about some of the stuff you've told him about what y'all have been up to this summer. And I mean, I don't blame you. Y'all surprised y'all didn't just collapse the first night you came to Fiddler's Green with all the stuff you've been up to.
Yeah. And he's like kind of rubbing his nose and whatever, and I saw a glance of what was on that picture that set Tilly off, and I can understand why she's upset.
oh dear.
Where is the junkyard?
It's literally on the other side of town, so you're gonna be running through city blocks for a bit.
I do have super speed now.
Yeah, okay. So you're going fucking the Flash in front of normies?
No, that's dumb. Even for upset Zoe.
Well, everyone else has conniption fit. Might as well give Kaiko one.
All right, Kaiko. Which is your favorite Star Trek captain?
Ooh, that's a.
A terrible
I mean-
question for her.
I mean, kind of find a Janeway, although I like the aesthetic of the first one, but I'm gonna be a normie and say Picard.
It's Cisco.
Good.
We're watching Deep Space Nine right now. Right now. I'm getting the DVDs out. Because I refuse to subscribe to CBS Plus or whatever the fuck it's called.
I mean, I could just torrent the Blu-rays.
I mean, I got the DVDs right here.
Oh, if you already have them, I thought because I have to go.
No, you remember when we stole my mom's credit card information?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I had made her get me a lot of things that I wanted her to get me years ago.
Oh, so they finally come in?
And then I used that thing you showed me to make it look like she just bought a bunch of clothes, which she'll immediately accept as true.
Yeah,
Hey, Grace, since you keep DMing me, where do you want to have this scene?
Who?
Gray.
Gray.
Apologies, my microphone was muted. Give me a few minutes, I'll find a place, because she'd want to do this like somewhere isolated from practically everyone.
Go on, Kaiko.
Why not the junkyard?
You and
All right,
Julie sit down to watch Deep Space Nine. And in the better universe of Offbeat Melody, Derek and Julian are openly gay.
Good.
They kiss by the end of season 1. It's beautiful. It's canon. It's canon now. Take that, Rick Berman.
Wait, who? Not Rick Berman, but who kissed?
Derek and Julian.
And Julian.
That is the doctor's name, right? I'm not going crazy.
Yes,
Julian
Julian Bashir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you're just making me want to go start rewatching it again.
Okay. Okay, so I think I figured out how that would go down.
All right. Kaiko, is there
Um,
something you want Soul Crushing to do?
Well,
Yeah,
Dr. M.
Oh.
I'm eating.
Oh.
There's the letters that Oren got.
Oh, you want me to read them?
I mean,
Yeah, you did write them, so I should. I did encourage you to write letters to my characters. All right.
if it's
My-
I don't want it to intrude if Gray was about to do this.
Well, it seems like a lot of people are just sort of like in preparation mode, so we'll just do this shit. To my friends, my fellow phantasmagoricals, no doubt by now you've heard about what occurred here in Fiddler's Green, my part in the blame, and my decision. I've always dreaded the nightmare of a malevolent alien force laying its sights on Earth and reaching out to claim it, and sadly that nightmare came true once more. Thanks to my invention, the Omniscope, I do know how much you hate the name Miranda, but what else could I call it if after you've jokingly christened it? Someone I trusted, my own assistant and student, fell victim to the siren call of a long-dead alien mind that corrupted him body, mind, and soul. I know that you would tell me not to blame myself, that I cannot be held accountable for the machinations of a will far older than humanity itself, but we all know that it is a hard truth to tell ourselves and accept. Despite this, or because of this, I am unsure I have taken a step into a new life. You may call it fleeing to selfishly escape my guilt, and you may be right, but I think you'll agree with me that it is the only choice I could make when faced with this option. One of my biggest regrets in leaving will be not being able to say goodbye to all of you in person, and I can only hope these letters will suffice. You who are my family and partners in discovering the supernatural, looking beyond the mundane into the glory of the wider reality, and protecting the town we loved. I will miss you all. Our memories together will always be my most valued possessions. Ever since I was a child, I dreamed of this opportunity, and despite all the death and pain that happened leading up to this, I can only say I begin my life among the stars eagerly with you all in my heart. Someday, if we ever see each other again, I will tell you all about what I saw and who I met, of the strange worlds I walked and the unknown seas I sailed. To Oren, what can I say that I haven't said over the years? You must have annoyed the hell out of each other when we first met. Do you remember that? You were the most frustrating punk I have ever met. You knew just what to say to get me furious, but somehow you were able to turn that menacing talent into spurring me and others to action. I will begrudgingly admit that I was somewhat stuffy and serious, and your levity was something I realized I now needed. Admittedly, I can't say that you, Miranda, helping me open my eyes to the wider weirdness of our reality wasn't painless. We both know what we've lost, but we both know what we've protected. Protecting both humans and monsters from both human and monstrous threats. Without our little band of misfits that had Sleepy Little Town would have been one fucked up place. For that, I am and always will be grateful for your friendship. Additionally, I must give my compliments, approval, and most of all, my admiration at this new generation of monster hunters you've assembled under your guidance. Once I called you a fool for getting others involved in our messes again, and I know I am right to do so, seeing what they went through here, but I also now know that these new warriors you gathered are just what our precious home needs. I believe they will be able to accomplish what we were not able to do. And is that not appropriate? With the next generation continue on in the struggle and make the world better, building off of the foundations we laid in our youth? There's more details, but they are irrelevant to this emotional moment. Oren reads that, and thinking about what he learned with Zoe, feels a bit less ill at ease about his actions over the past few months. To Miranda. I suppose we both know this is how it would come to be, huh? You who never wanted anything to do with space, and those that dwell in the vastness, and me, the fool who was always looking and calling out, yearning to see beyond our humble home. And now I'm leaving, perhaps never to return. I know that once terrified us both, the idea of never returning home, taking from everything you know. Facing it now of my own volition and accord, I'm ecstatic. The omniscope, I never admitted, was partly inspired by the dread that someday we would lose someone to the cruel machinations of the stars, and I wanted a way to track them down. To track you down if you were ever taken from us. The perfect irony that my creation inadvertently led to so many of my friends and neighbors being taken from me. Again, I know I should not blame myself. According to Benedict, the metal gentleman killer robot, this was not the first time these space zombies, as Julie called them, showed their ghastly faces on Earth. Perhaps with the omniscope, the world can be better prepared for threats outside our own. Maybe the unforgiving cosmos isn't as unfriendly as we thought it, if these oddly cheerful necrolites are any indication. Maybe someday, if things work out against all hope, I can invite you for a walk in the stars with me and share the wonder without fear. Miranda reads this at Thimble, where she's been waiting for quite a while now, and tears form in her eyes. To Susan. I know we often didn't get along in our youth, you claiming I had my head stuck in the dust clouds of space, and I accusing you of being brutish as the weapons you made. I'd like to think we grew beyond that juvenile bickering as we, well, grew up. Without you and your skills, there's no doubt in my mind that I would be dead long ago with the rest of our little group. I believe I recognize some of your handiwork among the equipment of our replacement supernatural protectors. It's heartening to see that you continue to craft even after everything. There was a time when I nearly gave up my own work and studies after what happened to Leonard. But now I see that our efforts weren't in vain. We've inspired the next generation of protectors. And I'm glad they have you at your side to help them on their journey. Susan reads that, thinking about the conversation that happened earlier today. And she finally finds herself very ill at ease with how that conversation ended. To Carly, I'm going to miss our calls and talks. Without you, I would have likely completely separated myself from the memories and pain of Melody, the phantasmagoricals, Leonard, and all the good and bad that we faced. I always admired that about you, the ability to be supportive and caring to everyone you met. I'm just sorry we were never able to give back the support you needed as well. You are the heart and healer of our little group. Without you and the patronage of your goddess and all, we would have been dead years ago. Speaking of whom, it was both a shock and somewhat heartening to see that your goddess has found a new disciple in this new generation of monster hunters and investigators. I think Julie would do well to have your wisdom and guidance. She truly seems like a good person, and I can tell this event weighs on her just as our past adventures losses weighed with you. When I take my steps into the great unknown, I'll be bringing the memories of your kindness and caring with me. And as Carly reads this on her phone, in her art studio, she takes a pause and realizes that she has abdicated her duty to the being that she has served for so long by not connecting to its latest disciple. To Carlos, I know we haven't spoken in years. I know that is my fault. There's so much I wish I could write if I had time, or better yet, the opportunity to speak with you in person. Even though we both try to blame ourselves for not being there, Leonard would not want us living with that grief. So hurt we were that we both left Melody itself, but we were both unafraid to fully escape it. We're both unable to fully escape it, weren't we? Like a gravity well, we were held in this tangle of the supernatural. Both of us pulled to protect others, even though we no longer called ourselves the Phantasmagoricals. It was something of a pleasant surprise to see Miracle Mary's son carrying the sword you had. I think it's found a truly worthy inheritor to your passion to protect others. I wish I could have said this to you in person, but I know that I never stopped loving you and your passion to protect. I hope in the years since you've kept that passion burning. Even in the cold of space, the memory of our time together will keep me warm. Carlos reads that message and has to go to the break room because the tears he has are not the sort that you can hide from patrons of the national park. Or a state park. To Miracle Mary, it seems I've won the bet you made all those years ago of who the two of us would reach the stars first. I hope you don't hold that against me. I do regret not keeping contact over the years. Back in the day, I may have acted exasperated at your antics, but I could see the genius hiding underneath all that chaos and was always delighted, if often horrified in the moment, of what you could create. If there's anyone I would trust the schematics for my omniscope and various creations, that would be you. And as such, I'm sending you the details and schematics of my inventions. Maybe someday we'll be able to speak again. Having met your son Hal, I can confidently say that you have raised a fine young man, and that he has become a fine inheritor of the duty of protecting our home. Without him and his desire to help everyone, there would be many more people of Fiddler's Green missing from their building. Take care of yourself and our family, little sister. They're lucky to have you. Miri, because she is a pilot, is not able to read this until several hours after the message is sent. When she does, gripped with emotion, she makes plans to take an unexpected break to return home. Alrighty, them some letters.
Yeah. Them some letters.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
Excellent work, Sarah. God damn.
Arrow, holy shit.
Way to traumatize the old generation. And
They deserve it, the fuck.
I mean, sometimes they need a hard kick to get them to remember why they used to fight.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking excellent job, but also, wow.
They're all thinking, maybe we should fucking do some more shit. It's like the kids are not all right.
That
Speaking of
boy
which,
right.
And of course, I had to make my two NPCs that I slotted into the phantasmagorical history. I just had to make them gay together.
Good.
Yeah.
Objectively
Good.
correct.
Objectively,
Yeah.
100% correct.
Yeah.
Was not
it would've
prepared
been a
for it.
crime if you didn't.
Fuckers.
Meanwhile,
See, it's only kind of fitting that the guy who's got his head up in the stars would be paired with the guy whose his eyes are on the fucking in the dirt.
Yeah.
also that he was in love with the one person who works in a place where he frequently looks up and sees a clear starry sky away from the city.
Now let's get to your trauma.
Yeah. Does it involve Zoe?
Not directly, no.
Suki, where are you
Okay.
going for this?
So I had to take a look at the map, and that's why I was like, there's a lot of good places in theory just for her to do this in. Because she's looking for something like, remote, where people won't bother her and be like, why is there weird supernatural stuff?
I mean,
So
you just go in the go to the abandoned fireworks factory. That's where a lot of weird shit happens.
Funny you mentioned the abandoned fireworks factory.
It's where-
So
Not far
the
out
motorcycle,
from the Westfield Estate.
not too far from
literally in her
Westfield.
backyard.
Yep. That's probably how she found out about it. The motorcycle runs down from the Raxi Museum, weaving in through the streets. Not speeding, mind you, but moving determinedly until it winds up eventually at the abandoned fireworks factory and bunker area. She leaves it parked pretty much near the entrance of it, putting it off in the trees because it is summertime and people do, fuck with shit that isn't theirs. And she walks. Go ahead.
if she needs to stash it, there's a bunker we hid away Cliff Howard shit in. That kind of would have marked.
She's. I
You're
don't
at
think-
the abandoned fireworks factory. You've made that choice, and that's where you're going to stay.
Yes.
I mean, that's where it is. That's where the bunker is.
But she's at the factory, not the bunker. The factory.
Yeah. Specifically, she is leaving it tucked behind so that if someone drives by, say, pranksters, campers who are bored, or police people come by, they don't see it off the road. And she walks into the abandoned fireworks factory. I can't imagine it's terribly interesting.
It's burnt out, but it has survived all this time, so something has to be going right.
Something has to be going right, but it's burnt out. Not a whole lot of stuff in it, and it's just the kind of place she's looking for.
Awesome. Read a bad situation.
Oh,
Sure.
God.
Let me get the dice roller out. All right, and then we roll. It will.
Yeah.
That's a sharp 4.
Awesome. Okay. You go through the factory. You wander its hallways. Seems empty.
It's good.
Yeah.
She kind of like, after looking through, making sure nobody happens, she finds a fairly large room. Probably would have been like a break room.
Yeah, you search
back
through the
there.
hallways. You find a very large room. You enter it. It looks really good. What are you about to do?
And giving a small sigh of relief, pulls out the knife that likes to smoke in reds and blacks and colors that aren't supposed to come out of a knife at all.
All right, awesome. As you're doing that, look in the room and realize that before your cursory scan, there was something you didn't notice. As in the corner of the room, there is a hulking, over 7 foot tall figure, in a dingy, soot and ash stained, clown outfit, with a very stylized, simplified 1980s style plastic mask of a clown and a big goofy hat with cap and bells, standing there holding an oversized bloodstained mallet. And next to it is a short, squat man, just shy of 4 feet tall,
No!
eating
No!
2 hamburgers. And it's very hairy. And they're both watching as you do whatever the fuck this is you're doing.
She kind of like stops, ignores the clowns exist, and looks to the 4 foot man and was like, "So was that ice cream good, or?"
Eh, there's a finger in it.
That sounds about right. I'll go find another room.
I mean, you can stay here. We don't mind. And the clown nods its head and honks.
Okay. Not the weirdest thing I've seen. Like, just like, why am I even wondering? It's fucking Melody. I'm gonna make a bit of a noise and a bit of a mess. This is a heads up.
Clown nods, reaches into its pocket, and pulls out a tarp that's way too large to have fit in said pocket, and spreads it out, and then pulls out another one and gives it to the hairy guy, who helps the clown spread it over itself. And they both sit there like they're at the splash zone in SeaWorld.
Okay. She's got the knife still out in the hand, and she's going to set it down in front of her. And I'm not assuming there's a table or anything. Hollowed out bombshell.
No. Any valuable furniture was stolen long ago.
Fair. So she's gonna sit in the middle of the floor, and she's gonna put the knife down in front of it, and it's smoking the red and black energy that looks almost vaguely like how the storm clouds do when it's a bewitched hour, but different color palette.
Mm-hmm.
And she sits at the knife and sighs, and she's like, "All right, fucking hell, can't believe I'm doing this. It's been too long since I've used you, and you know what I'm talking about." Staring at the knife as if the knife is a person, ignoring the clown and the Danny DeVito man.
Danny DeVito man turns to the clown and is like, "I think they're like you and me. Lovers."
I'm gonna fucking strangle you to death.
The thing
I'm
is,
sorry,
that's 100%
what?
in character for Frank.
Uh-huh.
Wanted to get weird in his years.
Suki's just tuning that out. She's completely focused on the knife, and it's like, I've put so much time and effort and pressure to forget that, to not be like that again. And of course, you give me a good run, hunting the occasional monster, and then you drop me down in another one of these, you stupid sucker. Never wanted your powers anyway. But the kid's already made a mistake worse than she should have. And they're already going harder and worse than they need to. Which means I gotta get worse again. I gotta get... What was Emmy? What did a Sam used to call it back in the day? It used to piss me off. Sean called it Spooky Suki. Always fucking loved that, didn't he?
Oh.
Well,
Drama. The clown nods knowingly.
there's just like the second death glare, and then it goes back to the knife. So it's time that you stop being a knife. And it's time we got weird again with this bullshit. And if it's alright with you, Will, the storm cloud seems to rise out of the knife, kind of as it did back during the Fiddler's Green bits when she was using it to literally scry where the enemy was, but rushes into her, going in her nose and her eyes and her mouth. For her part, she goes limp, just enough that it's not going to, snap back her head painfully, as if this isn't the first time this kind of a thing has happened. But it continues to pour out of the knife, continuing, going from just a small stream into a brilliant swirl of malevolent red and black energy, until eventually stops and the knife clatters onto the floor. Just a knife. And Suki blinks, both of her eyes red and black again, red pupils, and she sighs, picks the knife up, puts it back in its sheath, looks to the Danny DeVito and the clown and goes, "You saw nothing."
So, like, that smoke. It's that vape juice.
Yes.
Fuck. God damn it.
You're all right.
Oh my god.
As a power, we joked about smoking a line of coke off the knife, and here we are.
You're all right, Suki. You can come back. And the clown honks.
I mean, isn't this Ivora's house?
I appreciate
Really
it.
not.
No, she doesn't live inside. Ivora lives in the trees.
I appreciate that.
She don't fuck with their crazy.
And she'll be like, "I appreciate that, thank you." And she gets up and she walks back out, pulls the bike out from wherever it's hidden, tucked away, and then goes back into town because, well, there's fucking work to do.
And the short guy turns to the clown's like, "It's always nice when young love works out." When he hands the second burger to the clown, who lifts its mask up just enough to put the burger to whatever its mouth may be. Meanwhile, at the scrapyard.
Zoe is there entirely just to get out some anger.
All right.
Is there anybody in the junkyard?
There's like the owner, but he don't give a shit.
Zoe sneaks by this man.
Whether he noticed you or not, he don't give a shit.
Okay. Zoe goes as deep into the junkyard as she can, like where she's sure that no one could see her. What is the biggest thing in this junkyard?
I mean, it's a scrapyard, so most of it's like metal garbage and shit. There is actually like an 18-wheeler that flipped over a while ago.
Oh, hell yeah, perfect.
I mean, the trailer's not connected to it at the moment.
Yeah, come to think of it, way back in the Gourmand arc, didn't a trucker crash a car?
I know for a fact there, and I feel like there was one more recently too.
Oh, didn't the needle points eat a bunch of people on the road
Almost certainly. I'm pretty sure we've killed at least a couple of trucks by this point.
Zoe goes
Because
up to the
I'll
truck.
let you know something. One of my worst fears is a truck losing control and murdering me.
Here. Here. This will be cathartic for the two of you. Zoe goes up to the truck. And she looks furious. She still has the photo in her hand. She crunches it up, digs both hands into the truck, and I'm going to roll her new move. Oh, that's a 13. I'm going to use Mayhem and pick up this entire fucking truck and smash it into its trailer.
Awesome.
Yeah,
you
and then also, ooh, yeah. It is shattered in the process, but
all right, you smash that truck into the ground, and as it breaks into pieces, you see falling out of its cab section is metal head, roughly like a foot and a half tall.
what?
It's got like its paint is chipped, but like it's got like sort of a helmet with these like antenna on the side and like this this crest in the middle, and it's got a somewhat humanoid face, but its mouth and nose are covered by a plate.
As they should be.
I can't believe you killed a Bayverse Prime.
He was already dead. Zoe walks
And
over
then-
the head.
A dune buggy lost in another pile of scrap suddenly drops out and with great cracks and groans changes into a small little robot and says,
Oh.
"The Autobots have fallen!" And then it runs off.
What?
Alright.
We lost Arrow.
Oh no.
We killed Zero.
Yeah, that was a little stupid, wasn't it?
What a little.
That was a little stupid. Fun though.
We
Yes.
keep trying to diffuse the tension, and I think it's
Yeah.
admirable.
Yeah, so
You
Zoe
think
takes her
that's-
anger out on this car. With this
Yeah.
car. Just absolutely fucking demolishes it. Watches that. Goes over. Picks up the head. And like walks towards not the place she came from, because that's a bad idea. But she's gonna go hop the fence out into another direction,
The owner, nope, not getting out of this chair.
and she's going to head towards Thimble with this head.
All
My
right.
thirst for blood has been satisfied.
All right, so you take the head of Optimus Prime to
Not,
Thimble.
not to miss.
Not
should-
Miss Prime.
The move, I'm going to read this because it's the new move. When you grab a nearby large object and use it as an improvised weapon, first determine how much damage it will do. It goes from fire extinguisher
Not bad.
up to buses, trucks, and walls.
Animal busting through.
Yeah. And there's a second roll that determines whether the object is destroyed in the process, and it definitely was in that case. Welcome back, Zero. Zoe used a truck to smash the truck's trailer. Then Optimus's head fell out, and a dune buggy came up, sounding like Stark's
Yeah,
scream.
I cut everything
Okay.
up to that part.
Okay,
Of him
Zoe has
shutting
now
out
picked up.
about and then ran off.
Zoe has picked up the head, hopped the fence, and is going to Thimble.
Okay. Sorry about that. I think someone was using the microwave since it's dinner time.
That's me.
That's
Bad,
what-
or your
that's what
internet
I
was
figured.
interrupted by pure stupidity.
So he has the head under one arm. Oh yeah, she can't text people right now.
All right,
She's
I
supposed to
feel like I want to go to Thimble because we built that up last session, and there's
Yes.
got to be some stuff to do there at this point.
Oh. So Hal was gonna lead Phineas and Benedict there,
Yeah,
or teleport them.
I could teleport them, but I'd have to roll for
uh,
that.
fine with the walk, but Phineas is fine with the walk. But
Is anybody
wanted
gonna
to
tell
actually,
Tycho
like,
or
hold
Julia
Hal
to
back.
go on there?
I was gonna say, it's like, we ought to get the gang together.
Is anyone
Yeah.
gonna tell Celia that they're going there?
I would, but I don't have a phone currently.
I guess it would be Hal's to do the group chat because
Yeah.
It would make
Yeah.
sense that Hal would be the one who's emotionally intelligent enough to be like, "Hey, did we tell everybody?"
He's gonna pause and go. He's gonna look in the group chat and go, "Oh, hold on," and he's gonna text in there. Did everybody remember we're supposed to go to Thimble today?
About that.
Eric and Julian just had sloppy makeouts. We'll be there in a bit. Fuck.
Julie,
What?
Julie,
You just hear a text DS9.
Julie.
Yes.
You can erase things with your needles, right?
Depends on what you're talking about.
Like an object? Can you make objects not exist anymore?
Possibly.
Did that with the cauldron.
Then can you get down to Contralto Beach right now?
No, we gotta go to Thimble, and also I gotta finish watching the sloppy makeout scene.
Oh, okay. Hal, how far can you teleport?
I don't know.
Can you do the moon?
The what?
The moon.
You just
Can you
get
teleport to the moon?
you get a bunch of the dots. Like he's typing and then like, you do backspacing and going. Are you on the moon, Celia?
No, I need you to put something on the moon. Like, right now.
What?
Don't get mad. We were salvaging bits from a submarine. I would really rather just show you.
Fuck. Fucking has a fucking active nuke.
Oh, we got rid of another. We've gotten rid of nukes previously.
Will it?
Marat.
Hal, I would really like for you to be here right now, please.
Celia, you realize I can't breathe in space, right?
Oh.
Give me a second to find something in my basement, and I'll be there in just a second.
Okay.
And Hal fails, and this is the end of Offbeat Melody, guys. The end of Nuclear Hellfire.
Alright.
None of us expected it.
Yeah, that was quite the twist.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, I need to know what this is.
So do
Before
I.
we end.
Hal will go and find something in the basement that Miri has probably made because she wanted to go to space. And then go figure out what the fuck is going on.
Okay, you gotta roll weird for me. You gotta roll weird for me to find a fucking spacesuit in Miri's basement.
Alright. Weird. It's one of my
I'll try
higher
again
moves.
later.
Benedict is reading her text message. Is just like,
Actually, Celia roll weird too, and depending on how this shakes out, we'll find out how this is solved.
oh no.
It's fine. Weird is one of my higher stats. Rolled an 8, so I have a 10.
Okay, Celia, what's your real weird roll?
That is a 9.
All right, Hal's roll wins. That means we're gonna get Hal's ending for this. Hal, you do in fact find a spacesuit.
Of course I do. Alright. Figure this out, and then we'll go to Spindle, or Thimble. Fuck. My brain is starting to stop working. Okay. And he'll go over to the beach, figure out what the hell is going on.
Okay.
Phineas just kind of looks over at Benedict and is like, so do you know how to get to Thimble now?
Yeah, more or less. I don't really have a vehicle, though. It would be a long walk. See, the thing that gets me is that I was catching up on the group DM, as it were, and says Celia wants Hal to teleport something to the moon. Well, I would very much like to meet the Tyromancers again. I can't believe they're going to the moon without me.
What does Hal find?
Hal?
I really want to
You
get
arrive
to Thimble before we end.
Yeah.
When you arrive on the beach, one, you see a large yacht turned on its side. You see a massive trench dug through the sand as it has been pushed ashore. And Celia, looking very panicked, still in Undyne form, is holding a metal cylinder with a pressure gauge on one end and a middle composed of several bars enclosing a metal sphere.
Bringing that joke in.
Hal, I need you to get rid of this.
What is it?
It's some kind of bomb. Found it in a submarine. It was surrounded by a bunch of really big bones.
Alright, fine. Start heading to Spindle.
Thimble, you mean?
Thimble. Fuck.
Okay, just get rid of it, please.
TT, do you want me to roll for this?
But yeah, roll weird again.
Well, is it teleport weird?
Oh yeah.
It is now.
I really am glad that I put so much into weird that it is an 11.
Alright. So you teleport in your spacesuit, which you thankfully figured out how to turn on, to the fucking moon with a fucking oxygen destroyer. Which you place down on the moon, and as you're placing it down on the moon, you look up and you see standing outside a moon base of inhuman design are 3 kaleidoscope men. And one of them drifts towards you, and its face is flashing various patterns.
Shit.
And it very gently moves to pick up the oxygen destroyer and begins examining it.
Oh. Well, there's no oxygen in space, so it probably wouldn't do anything.
And its face lights up in bright colors as it realizes what it's looking at, and it holds it out to one of the other kaleidoscope men as if it was a particularly interesting rock. And they all come to examine it and nod their giant sphere heads. And one kaleidoscope man reaches into a little compartment on its skirt, and it presents you with a bright lollipop.
What?
An equal trade.
Look what the kiddo found. Good job.
And he'll take the lollipop. He's also gonna scoop up some rocks because he's on the fucking moon. He didn't think he was gonna get here. And he's like, and he waves, and then he leaves.
All right. They wave goodbye as you leave, and you return to Earth.
He's just gonna teleport directly, I think, back to Celia.
Is it gone?
He's gonna grab Celia without a word, just teleport the thimble.
All right, you're in Thimble, holding this lollipop, and the minute you do, Miranda Esper, who's in like the same waiting area that you're in, like her eyes immediately light up, and her nose sniffs. She's like, something smells fucking good.
He's standing there in a fucking spacesuit with Celia in one hand and Lollipop in the other, and a pouch full of fucking moon rocks.
Oh, hi,
I
Hal.
walked in the door with the severed head
Of Nodimus Prime.
of Nodimus Prime.
Is that Nodimus Prime from the Transformographizers?
Is that Hal in a spacesuit?
Did you get rid of the oxygen destroyer?
The oxygen
Lollipop looks good. Like from Kamajira?
He takes off the helmet and he goes,
Isaac walks in with Benedict and Phineas goes, so I found these two walking on the side of the road. Why are you in a spacesuit?
he dumps the moon rocks on the floor and does not elaborate.
There's the sound of a car horn honking repeatedly as it skids to a halt in the parking lot, and Julie bursts in saying, Julian and Garrick are gay!
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's important.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
As Kaiko walks in. Huh, where'd you get the spacesuit?
Basement.
Oh,
You know, that makes sense. I thought I saw one down there.
There's more.
oh, by the way, I guess everyone meet Benedict.
Oh, hey, Benedict.
You know,
New
that's
haircut?
Gantz.
Yeah, Benedict
Sorry,
looks
you
really
went
good.
IPT.
Wait a second, you didn't have hair.
You're such a cute little man.
Oh, hey, Kaiko, can I have another burner phone?
I will allow that.
Oh,
Why?
I'll explain in a minute. Just, can you not interrogate me before I'm ready?
Kaiko procures another one, seemingly as if she has them on demand.
Zoe expected that.
Phineas will pull aside Hal for a moment. It's like, hey, I wanted to mention this back at the diner, but didn't really have a chance with him right there. I noticed something a little off about Benedict. You know, he said that this illusion is, you know, a reflection of who he is, or, you know, who I am with mine. Take a look at his temple.
Hmm.
Benedict is currently facing away from you, so you do have a clear view of it, and he's busy talking with Julie about the novelty of having human form. And you do notice there is a rather circular scar where the temple would be.
And Phineas goes, I've been around long enough to recognize a bullet wound when I see one.
We're
Most
missing-
amazingly, that's not on the robot's form.
Well, yeah, because that could be fixed on a robot,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't ever fix it psychologically.
Is everyone here? Are we all here? I'm sorry it took so long to get here, Miranda. Stuff came up.
It's okay. I had a real fun talk with a British television show robot.
Oh, the Dalek. Wait, the Dalek. The Dalek is trained in psychology, right?
Yeah, I think so. We mostly talked about acting.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk to him in a bit. I need to tell you guys what happened.
Hal will definitely notice that on Benedict and thank Phineas for pointing it out. It's like, I don't know what that means, but I'll figure it out.
So here's a head of a robot that I found dropped on the
Oh,
floor.
that's rather macabre.
It's
I
Nodimus
believe-
Prime from Transformographizers in the
I
80s.
figured
cartoon
Thimble
show?
could probably do something useful with it. I don't fucking know.
Should I feel for my own head?
Possibly.
Carly's little brother
No.
loved that show.
I'm not gonna take my little brother left it too.
Isaac motions and a few mannequins come over to haul off the giant robot head.
I feel like it'll be at this
Figured-
point Suki walks in and goes, "Was that an Optimus Prime from that one Transformagizers movie?"
It's from the old cartoon.
Apparently.
Oh, hey, Suki.
That's exactly what fucking happened. The fucking spaceman just abducted you.
Suki, are your eyes weird?
Candy.
No. Why are you in a
Okay.
spacesuit, Hal?
He turns and looks at you, and his eyes are like far away, and he goes, "I was on the moon 2 minutes ago."
You
Wait,
went
are
to
those
the
what those
moon
rocks are?
without me.
That explains. the
Okay, yeah,
pile of
it's
rocks.
fucked up that you didn't take us to the moon with you.
I didn't know I could get there!
Really, we asked you, and you were busy.
And I had a bomb. I figured
You
I
didn't
should
say
leave
you
it.
were going to the fucking moon!
Is that what you? Did you get a lollipop on the moon?
Yeah. There was some kaleidoscope guys there, and they handed me a lollipop in exchange for the bomb that Celia gave me.
Seems like an unfair exchange rate. But
Is
was it the same ones you talked to before?
I think they might have been.
They might be the same ones who we saved.
Kaleidoscope, man. I don't remember that being on the moon.
How does Miranda react to the mention of the kaleidoscope man?
She crosses her arms and purposely tries to ignore this conversation.
Miranda, I'm sorry.
And
for
is
keeping
now
you waiting
trying
so
to
long.
ignore the fact that that lollipop looks really good.
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting so long. I meant to come, but then shit happened, which is
It's okay, like I said, I got to talk to a Dalek, it's fine.
yeah okay. Well, I just had lunch with Orenberg's wife.
Yeah, how did that
I'm sorry,
go?
what?
Please, elaborate. Fill us in.
Listen,
Yes.
okay, so I was on my way
Wait a minute,
away
does
from
does Oren have a brother named Berg?
what? You don't know who Orenberg is?
Oh yeah, Orenberg.
The lead, the one who owns Spindle.
Right,
also-
that's
who's
what
al-
his name was.
Who's also your former next door neighbor.
I didn't know my neighbors.
Okay, so
Who's also-
I found some kids who stole the entrepreneur's shit and were breaking them. So I got really mad. So I got all spooky and made the kid the leader of the little gang who was smoking and crushing the meeples give me his parents' phone number so I could tattle on him, and also told him to like go make shit up, like go fix things with the entrepreneur. Called the number, and it was answered as the Orenburg residence. I tried to play it off as a prank call, but because of the power being out, it didn't work, and then like it was awkward, and we just started talking. And guys, so he pulls out the picture and like uncrouples it. He's hurting her.
That's
He has her trapped. He has her trapped, and he's hurting her. And Zoe looks like her face looks like desperate for a second.
I think
Must.
Isaac and Suki kind of exchange a glance.
So you want us to fuck him up?
No, I don't know what to do. I don't want him to hurt her more. He threatened me and you by extension.
I mean, I think we were planning to fuck him up anyway, so it's not like we're
Yeah, I
opposed
know.
to it.
I mean, yes, it was the eventual goal that we were going to
I
kill
know,
Orenberg.
but I just will. She's nice, guys. She's trapped there.
Yes.
You now have emotional investment in doing something we were going to do anyway.
I'm.
Kaiko shoots a glance to Isaac in a are you sure he's even human glance.
So he fills them in. It's not like all of the details, but some of the like
Yeah.
creepier ones, like the her not being allowed to do things, and like her clearly being under duress. She doesn't directly
Obviously,
show them the
abusive
picture, but
control.
like she doesn't directly show them the picture, but she's like you see her looking at it several times. She tried to give me a scholarship
What kind of scholarship?
To college.
Huh.
I really
Yeah.
wanted to take it.
Shit, yeah, they throw great ragers at college.
No, Julie, I wanted to go to college
And they dropped out after 2 years, but
for
still.
photography. I want to get better at it.
Oh yeah, I bet you can do classes too.
Gave her my phone. I took out everything first. I put it on the cloud. I'm gonna put it on this one. But I gave her my phone. She has my phone number, which Orenberg has apparently.
You wanna do
And
college,
listen,
Suki? Zoe? What? Miranda's like, do you want to go to college, Zoe? Because I mean, that is an option.
I
Yeah.
do. I wanted to take her up on it, but then he would see my name, dead name or not, right there, and he'd know that she was trying to help me, and she'd be in trouble. But I'm not stopping. I am not letting her wallow in that. I'm not going to use her to get information on that shitty fucking piece of whatever he is. But I'm not just going to stand and let that happen. You can call me fucking stupid for bumbling into this like I always do.
Zoe,
But
take a breath. We are fully on board with you on this.
are you?
You think we're not going to try and save someone?
She looks
When-
to Suki. Are you?
You
I've
look.
already. Sorry, go ahead.
He looks back and says nothing. Her two red eyes meeting yours.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what's worse, the fact she's not saying anything, or the fact she's almost impossible to read right now.
Isaac kind of like puts a hand on Suki's shoulder and looks at it and goes, I've told Suki and Oren this, but when I went to Spindle this morning, I was tipped off that I'm going to be repurposed. I have just as much stake as, probably more than anyone right now, to deal with Orenberg.
Do you mean that in, like, the way that...
Like Gwen and everyone else they seem to control. They would hollow me out and make me a good little corporate puppet.
I guess them was getting off to a start sooner than you expected.
I'm not sure. This was an inevitability, but I didn't know when it would come.
Zoe.
Yes?
Benedict takes your hand, and as noted before, it is the robot hand. He doesn't have this soft, squishy hand of a human, but he does have those touchpads still.
It is reassuring at this point.
And it's very different for him to be looking at you like this because he's so much more capable of micro expressions. And as you said previously, he is very grandfatherly in appearance, and he is just looking at you with like just utmost love.
Aww.
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 Zoe. It's like, we understand what's at stake. And yes, it is dangerous. Such is when you're poking around the castle of the dragon. But we will save her. We'll save everyone.
You can see the tears like building in her eyes, but she doesn't let them come out.
Would you like
Celia
a hug?
walks.
Yeah, I would. She picks Benedict up and hugs him very tight.
Aw.
Sorry, I'm not very comfortable to hold.
Are you kidding me? Look, are you kidding me? I picked up a truck earlier today. You are not hard to hug.
What
At
kind
this
of
moment-
Oh
truck?
yeah. Also, I picked up a truck earlier today.
What
At this
kind of
moment,
truck?
It's Kiki.
At this
not
moment,
in his prime. At this moment, the front doors are thrown open, and Susan Hanzo walks into Thimble
Ooh.
carrying 2 very large bags.
Zoe quickly
she looks, she casts glance around until she sees Isaac, and she's like, "You, job offer still open?"
what?
Yes. And do you have the item I ordered?
Yeah, then some. She chucks open the bags, and they unfurl, and you just see that they are lined with fucking swords
Do I
and
see
knives.
a bone sword?
and bladed weapons. And she's like, "Got more in the truck," and she heads out the door again.
What?
What happened to her?
We got into a fight earlier.
All right. Isaac.
Isaac's just kind of like one handful of moon rocks and the other like.
Oh.
You
Yes.
might want to hand those over to me. I have to make sure those aren't moon spiders.
Oh, yeah, he like when you say that, there's this expression of like, I've never considered this, but now I'm terrified as he hands it over.
Zoe places Benedict back on the ground.
He takes one of the rocks. He's like, now there's always one good way to check if it's a moon spider. And he just fucking cracks it against the floor.
Is
Yes, Al?
is
Alright.
Tamlin here? Isaac?
I
Yes.
haven't
Yes.
seen them.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
This one's good. Just a rock.
Oh yeah, Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda's in the room with us.
Yep, Miranda's here.
Oh,
Miranda,
that one's definitely a spider.
Miranda, you're not a therapist, but like, you're like the closest thing to a parental figure I have in my life. So if you have the time later, I'd just like to talk about shit that's been happening.
Another spider.
Miranda puts a hand over her heart. She's like, "Yeah, of course."
I wasn't sure about this one, but this one's definitely a rock.
That's sounding in the background. So he gives her a quick hug.
She hugs her back, and she hugs her really tightly. She's like, I'm always gonna be here for you, kid."
Isaac.
I-
Like, Hal is trying to tug Isaac to the side.
Yeah, I couldn't remember who was trying to talk. I thought it was Sal, but then there was silence. Yes, Sal.
Yeah, he's doing this away from other people. He's still in the fucking spacesuit. He goes, what about when?
That's actually something we talked about after you left. Oren says we shouldn't put ourselves at risk to save him, but you know we can't let that go. I mean, I jokingly suggested I bring you in to meet Wen, and then you port us out both at the same time.
I've met him before.
That is a very different thing of me as a lone agent going rogue, or me abducting one of their top researchers.
I've met him before. And he looks at himself. I'm wearing a fucking spacesuit with a helmet that nobody can see me through.
Wait, you want to abduct him now? And then he lowers his voice so that no one else can hear.
He's rubbing his hands together like a child in the spacesuit gloves, which is very strange to watch. And he's like, when else would
There
be
he
a good
is,
time?
Melody Moon Man.
I'm in a fucking spacesuit, Isaac. I just went to the goddamn moon.
Ooh, I mean, I know he basically sleeps in his office.
He's looking at
Well,
you
okay,
like,
that
should
was-
I
okay.
or should I not?
Okay, no, this was actually something we discussed. Knowing Spindle, there may be safeguards to either prevent people from teleporting in
TT.
or preventing
TT?
Yeah, just keep going.
preventing people from teleporting out. Because, Spindle has had to deal with teleporting things before, and, either getting in or getting out. Either captures or something trying to break in.
So I shouldn't risk it right now.
I like this idea, I'm not gonna lie. I really shouldn't like it, but
Oh, I fucking hate
It's
all those
gutsy.
faces. I'm sorry.
I think that means you should do it. Maybe not right this second, but
oh my god, stop.
I would.
Keep the
guy-
idea
Sorry,
on the
I'm just
shelf,
very
dude.
interested in this conversation. Keep going, please.
Oh gee, I wonder why. If I wasn't uncertain of what this place would do exactly. Oh, I know who we could talk to. We should talk to Tamlin.
Right, she's here, right? Let's do that. Before I do something
She's already on
stupid.
her way to talk to Tamlin.
I think we're already at war with Spindle. I think it's too late.
Yeah,
It's a cold
no.
war at the moment.
Yeah.
I know where an oxygen destroyer is.
Holy shit.
Let's leave it where you left it.
You know where an oxygen destroyer was.
Yeah.
You know the Kaleidoscope men also love taking things apart.
That's fair.
Oh.
You know
Where
where to
is
get
her-
moon spiders.
Alright. I'll wait.
You know where a doll?
I'll wait, Isaac. Until we talk to Tamlin.
I could just imagine the facial journey on TT's face as the conversation continues. It's frown, smile, frown, smile.
You guys are missing something of us not doing this in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoe also going to go see Tamlin after the hug with Miranda.
All right. Tamlin is currently in a break room, eating some chips.
Oh, he peeks her head in. Knock, knock, knock.
Hey,
Hey.
man, I just had the coolest conversation with that croctopus. It's really smart.
Isn't he?
So, how's your day been?
Oh, God. Tamlin?
Mm-hmm.
Zoe, walks in and, very tiredly sits down across from her.
Oh shit, not good, huh?
Tamlin, I had lunch with your boss's wife today.
Oh, Vanessa?
Yeah. You know her?
I think I met her at a function once. Frank was talking to Wen. I was there representing the department. She asked me how my internship was going and what my plans were for jobs in the future, and I told her and working at Spindlemore, I guess. She doesn't really seem to know much about what we do. She seems nice.
So he bites her lip, pulls out the uncrumpled photo, and puts it on the table.
What am I looking at here, Zoe?
Can you not see it?
I see that this is a photo of Vanessa with like golden wire drawn over her.
It's not drawn over her. My camera. I don't think I've told you what my camera can do. It sees truth essentially. Like if you were to take a picture of me right now, you'd see me as my monstrous form.
It can see the bewitched versions of things.
What?
That's that. It sees the bewitched versions of things. The extra planar.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. So,
why is
Miss Orenberg tied up with golden threads?
The golden threads belong to Orenberg.
Oh, huh. Oh, okay.
So he like reaches and like shifts the the photo so it does the whole shift thing.
And Tamlin's eyes grow very wide, and the color drains from their face a little bit as she sees Vanessa's situation. Yeah. Oh.
That's just been today.
Shit. I mean, God, he struck me as kind of a douchebag, but shit.
He threatened all of us, Tamlin. He threatened us today. Not like, well, he threatened them through me, I guess. I saw him because I invited her out to lunch because shenanigans. I can tell you off screen. He saw me and said like enjoy the time with my own friends while we still have it.
Okay, well, good. I was really planning on quitting that job anyway, so...
I'm sorry. It's a lot.
Holy shit.
I wanted to see you because after all the crazy shit, I just want to have something, like, nice. Like, so much stuff has been going on. Like, so he pulls out the tail of the stinger. Is that still in one piece, Sarah?
Oh, the gargoyle?
Yeah, the gargoyle.
It'd be crumbled a little bit further, but it's still recognizable, but it looks like it's decayed quite a bit.
Going from bone to fossil.
like, look at this. This belonged to a fucking, like, zombie thing. I was like, this will be neat to give you because you like examining this stuff.
I mean, you're right, I do. It seems like you're not okay. Do you?
No, I'm not.
Do you want a hug?
So he blushes. Yeah,
that looks like a yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And Tamlin immediately hugs you.
Oh.
They are very soft.
Oh. Zoe is very blushing.
It's okay. Okay. You and the rest of the gang have been doing so much to help people. Even when you didn't have a lot of resources, and it's a big scary world out there, but you're making it better. And
I wonder sometimes.
No, you are. And the only thing I worry about is whether you're taking care of yourself, okay? So
Zoe bites her lip.
This is me telling you to take care of yourself a bit, okay?
Hey, Tamlin.
Yeah?
I like you. I'd like to get to know you more.
Oh, thank God. I was worried I was misreading a vibe.
I don't know. Wait, you could tell?
I think so. I mean, yes, apparently.
Okay, good. I hope this isn't weird for you.
Did you tell that I was?
I mean, I thought, but I couldn't. I didn't want to assume.
Okay, good. We're on the same page now.
Yeah, good.
Aww.
I'd like.
We should
to,
have a
go.
date.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
That's the thing we should do.
It is.
We should go to Damn Good Burger.
No. We should. You know what would be fun?
What?
There's a showing of a Kamajira movie in the local theater for like an anniversary of the movie. We should like go see that. Have you seen Kamajira?
Yeah.
What do you want to?
Yeah.
It's a date.
Then we can watch the Melody Light show or something.
Oh hell, maybe. I don't.
I imagine.
I see. I don't. The lights might come down and abduct us, considering all the weirdness.
Okay,
But
I've got shit for that.
Yeah. No. So he's like claws extend, and I've got shit for that too. I picked up a truck earlier today.
We can have cool science fiction dates.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we can.
The aforementioned
We can, like-
mannequin by the name of Paul
can-
sitting across in the break room is like, good for them. Good for
We
them.
can like go to like have like normal dates that turn into like wacky fun like science adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hal's going to very awkwardly knock on the doorway and go, Are you good? Can I come in?
We're dating.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do you want to hide that?
I mean, I don't know. Should we?
No, I don't think
Then
so.
Too
Oh,
late.
We're dating. How?
Congratulations. Right?
I haven't. Oh God, I haven't been on a date in like so long.
Can I borrow your girlfriend? Date pal?
Girlfriend? Significant? What do you want to be called?
Date pal?
She, they is so girlfriend's accurate some of the time.
Then if you're ever feeling like not girlfriend,
Significant other friend. We could do some they friend bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, have fun with it. Make other
Yeah,
people
do-
feel weird.
Yeah, fuck them.
So Hal's going to come directly into the break room, still in his fucking spacesuit.
Oh yeah, how's the spacesuit now?
Nice spacesuit, Hal.
Did Isaac follow?
Yeah. I imagine he would say you could come in.
Yeah.
Hey, Isaac, we're dating.
We had a question. It's very dumb.
Please. You two would catch up, but
What's your question, Hal?
He kind of looks at Isaac
So-
like...
Hamlin, you know, I'm setting up Thimble here, and I guess it's time we kind of have that talk. I highly recommend you quit at Spindle.
Yeah,
things are
Zoe
just
just told me some shit. I'm tendering my resignation.
Oh, she told you about my repurposing? Or
No, what?
That wasn't mine to
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah, Dave down in accounting, he gave me a tip that some paperwork crossed his deck that or his desk that I'm signed up for repurposing.
That sounds
they're
bad.
They're gonna wipe his. They're gonna fuck with his mind.
I can't remember how Isaac told Tamlin about when.
I believe
I
so.
don't think so. So, when Dr. Wen, he has they repurposed him. They, for lack of a better term, I guess until we know more, they brainwashed him.
Yeah. Did you
Using
see?
these same threads.
Did you see the golden threads on his head? I don't remember.
God. No, Tamlin didn't.
No, Isaac.
Isaac? Oh yeah, he noticed Orenberg with the because he's got the sight.
Yeah, I was asking you if Isaac saw the golden threads, like as the
I think he
stitches.
saw like a golden aura and halo.
Guys,
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah,
pick
it's
up
time.
Lily right now.
Ah.
I think we're almost ready to wrap up. Right?
So.
Yeah,
You said I get a stinger, TT?
I want to resolve this scene. What is our scheme?
Sorry, Isaac was the whole just to cut everything short. The whole reason they went there was Hal and I have this crazy idea. Do you know anything about teleportation defenses around Spindle?
Yeah,
Figured.
part of
We
R&D.
need to find out. Oh, we need to find a way to get past those. We're rescuing Len, and I guess that would be a good cut for that scene.
All right, so Tamlin agrees to it. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to wrap up before we do a stinger?
Lydia needs to leave, so.
Yeah. Okay. Stinger time.
Okay. As afternoon turns to evening, down the highway, the police of Melody get a very peculiar phone call. As Uli Prowler and Laurel Yanni are investigators, like, you do it, this has to be a prank call, isn't she? But as they show up, they're both shocked, as wrapped in a blanket and looking absolutely scared and frazzled is an officer who was supposed to them died, as Alice Shannon looks disheveled and covered in grapes and what have you, and dust. And that's where we'll end.
All
Did she
right.
get drunk?
What? Yeah!
Didn't she get drunk?
Yeah, she did! And that's a stinger for my arc.